The family actually entered combat with the bullet finally, and for some weird, strange luck and twist of fate, they managed to recoup their ground and roll a massive amount of criticals to make up for all the fumbles they had the week before.
That was nuts.
The combat ended with Cayenne basically decapitating said bullet and creating a new underground ecosystem of something. To be continued. But post-murder bullet and destruction of half the party. Augie is still walking kind of funny from that. Especially the friendly fire. They began to actually explore the various tunnels, various enclaves that the bullet had carved out, and discovered that there was an actual bullet nest there. Augie discovered there was a path that led much deeper, but who knows where that actually goes. She has yet to mention it to the rest of the party, I think. The party wrestled with the moral of, do we keep the magic bullet, or do we crush it and make a giant omelet for Augie? Or do we or do we take it back to the Druid Enclave? Luckily, Cayenne nearly stomped the party into oblivion and decided, hey, we're taking it back to the Enclave, which they did. From there, the party went to the Hunters Guild to collect their reward, got told fuck off, the contract's been amended, and they went and sought out Jerry Can's mother, that they proceeded to call the Mafia boss. They
accurate.
And Scabber got to either pick gold or got to pick actual mystery prize. He picked the mystery prize and has received his companion, which happens to be a displacer beast that probably does not like him.
And Nikolai's scared now.
Through a series of events, they found out that they are rather actually uncommon and that it had to be registered, which they proceeded to do. Augie found out from Coin that there is a nice spa to go to and proceeded to fall asleep and almost fall asleep again and never wake up from the spa.
And this is how Augie left the campaign.
Next campaign starts, we find Augie floating in the pool, calcified. And then then our local tinker that has no mode of transportation or destruction right now dragged Mongo off to a bar, and they proceeded to meet a odd character. And that's where we're going to pick up tonight's session and hope things don't go drastically wrong, which they more than likely will. Probably. Because that's the way this entire thing rolls.
If I remember right, we're leaving off with Mongo being able to see sound.
As you do.
See sound, feel sense.
Taste color.
Taste color.
Okay, so we pick it up. We're in the Tinker's place. And you are currently
sloshed
as fuck.
Trying to be led by a tiny little praying mantis robot.
Yeah, it's kind of very peculiar for you. It's kind of almost like a living acid trip because every time the little thing moves, you see little waves of sound coming off its little mechanical joints.
God.
Rippling in the air like water waves hitting other sounds. And suddenly the band starts and you can hear the warbling music of it's distorted and you just watch all the colors floating throughout the air of the various notes.
I try to catch the notes as they go by.
You become a bat.
Is it bat country?
But do you go with the little robot or do you proceed to chase the sound?
I will try to catch the sounds that he is emitting.
Okay. So eventually it takes a good probably 5 to 10 minutes, but the praying mantis eventually comes back hopping around as you see Mongo has forgone his classic style and is hopping around like a feral cat on all fours trying to tackle something he can't see. Oh, you can't see, but he can.
Mongo! And he does yell loudly to get your attention.
The sound of your name, warbles through the air around you, almost like an odd perfume.
He blew up his notes. Yeah, I've seen you do the thing where you can fix stuff. Can you help him fix them? All his stuff is gone, but it's like all there.
Slower, less loud.
It's like you're being face punched by the actual words.
I grab him. I grab him by the arm and like pull him over to where his notes are, and like, can you fix this?
There's plenty of notes around. Just grab some of those.
No, his notebook.
Look, there goes some more.
His invention has been lost because it caught on fire. Right here. See, look, you fixed that other stuff.
What?
Augie, are you still basically enjoying the buffet over there?
She's had her fill, and she'll start making her way to more or less. Actually, you know what? No. She's gonna go back to the Fighters Guild and find out if the Rune Master there has any more information or training for her.
Okay.
And then she'll go to the tavern.
All right. As you head out, you start heading in that direction. Getting your bearings first, kind of looking down either way of the road. And it's rather overcast today. You can feel a couple of drops of rain coming down on your head, tinking off the metal plating of your armor. And you see a couple of kids running down the road, and one of them is running after another one with a actual wooden bow with an arrow cocked. and there are two dragonborns, and they look like siblings.
Grab the bow, give them both wooden swords, pat each of them on the head, and continue walking.
They look at you, and one of them runs up, and it's the one that you took the bow from, and you feel this yomp on the very tip of your tail.
Tiny little blighter.
It looks up to you, and it's just kind of like this weird-looking little dragonborn, and the other dragonborn goes up and it's like, "She bites."
Apparently.
If you give her
it's okay, I bite back.
you go to bite
Grab
her.
a piece of horn.
And she whacks you on the head with the wooden sword. And it just kind of tinks, tinks, tinks.
I'll point at my hammer and go, mine's bigger. Now run along.
And the boy looks at you and is like, "Daddy says he has a unit called a hammer. We don't know what that means because we've never seen it."
Run along! Go away now! Enjoy your wooden swords.
And the kid's
continuing on.
Yikes.
The kid runs off.
Wow.
I remember that kind of conversation when I was growing up. Awkward.
Nope, not my kids, not my conversation.
They run off and do an investigation for me.
I can do that. That is a skill that I have a point in.
Yay! Well, you can still roll it
I
out.
have two. I have 2
Open
points
your
in.
eye.
That's a 9.
A 9? You kind of look around a little bit and you quickly check to make sure nothing was stolen because rambunctious little kids.
Fair.
But you are missing one of the little hinge nuts for your armor.
Of all the damned things, just try to move my arm into a place where it's comfortable and just crash. Okay, well that'll have to get fixed later.
All right, so you proceed to the the fighters guild.
Yep,
That nobody talks about because that's rule number 1.
of course.
What's rule 2?
First rule of Fighters Guild: nobody talks about the Fighters Guild. Got it.
Rule 2 of Fighters Guild: don't piss off the owner of the Fighters Guild. Scab, as you leave the registry, Cayenne just kind of huffs a little bit and just goes off in her own direction, leaving you to your own devices. And you realize you're in this city now with no guidance, left to your own devices, free to explore and do whatever you want with no obligations currently.
So this is how the story begins
scary
of how
thought.
Scab winds up in jail.
The family has to break Scab out.
I would likely actually spend some time to try and get to know a little bit more about how to deal with Feisty, how to teach them, how to work with them, and how to get them to essentially not beat me around a little bit whenever I'm trying to get them to do things.
All right, where are you going to go for that? It is, like I had mentioned earlier, it is overcast. Some rain is sprinkling here and there.
I would imagine he probably doesn't like water very much. It probably really hates water. So...
It's not alcohol, my dude.
No, I meant for Displacer Beast.
Mm.
Being somewhat feline in nature. I will go ahead and take my cloak and put it over them.
Didn't you bring the Displacer Beast with you?
Yes.
Couldn't exactly remember. You either brought it or left it there, one of the two. But,
Had to bring it with.
Yeah. It looks at you with the cloak, and it's just kind of like... It wiggles its arm, the tentacle arms under the sleeves. It makes it almost look like it's floating a little bit.
Alright.
And then it goes invisible, and the cloak just looks like it's floating there.
Well, that certainly helps to know where you are. You and I have some work to do, so... Let's try and figure this out, yeah? Come on. I'll try and guide it out to an area that's more open and see if I can't find any type of information on how to train a creature.
Roll an animal handling for me.
Is there a play he can go to? How to train your Displacer Beast?
That's a 22.
22. You start guiding it in the towards where you wanted to go, and you eventually start passing the open marketplace, and you see this floating cloak just curve off because you suddenly pick up on it too. You smell like meats being cooked and at the marketplace.
Okay.
And you just see this cloak wandering off in that direction, and you see two like little dragonborn running in that direction with wooden swords. And one of them has like a shiny little nut in its hand. Like,
okay. I will follow Feisty to try and keep them out of trouble. And if they do anything a little bit crazy, I'm going to go ahead and pull them away a little. Like, no, I'll give you...
This thing is probably as big as you, and you're just wrestling it at this point.
I'll attempt to, but if it wants specific types of foods or meats, I might oblige and get a little bit from them. Little bits. But only if they listen. Teach them with positive reinforcement.
Good luck with that. Hasn't worked with you yet.
Good.
Anyway, back to the other place.
Yes. So, you call that spell that you do to fix stuff.
Huh?
That spell that you do to fix stuff.
Oh, yeah. Goes like this.
Yeah, can you do that on his notes there?
Roll a performance at disadvantage there. And an arcana, please.
Said performance at disadvantage? Yep. Fuck, I just rolled a 19. Performance. Well, even sloshed, I'm still pretty good. 21.
21? Jesus.
Oh, fuck, Arcana's.
Of course, you rolled low on Arcana.
That seems about legit. Are you sure you're not a bard?
I don't know. Rolled a fucking 7 and an 8. So,
Did you have to roll it at disadvantage? For Arcana?
Yeah, he's drunk.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then numbers.
8.
Wow.
7 and 5.
Are you real life drunk?
I don't know. The alcohol was mentioned, and I have a very low tolerance, so I might be getting a little tipsy.
At least we're not loaded.
Would be a
with
really
allergy.
low tolerance.
Yeah.
12.
How's that work, my guy?
So he grabs the paper and he just starts doing this and kind of like, drunken master doing this semantics. And suddenly your little bell opens up and you just see all the arcanic runes and the bell founds and everything. It's just like an overwhelming acid, like it's like going down Willy Wonka's tunnel of just
I think I'm taking a few steps backwards.
And it's just like you're seeing like ripples of the actual arcanic runes and things you've never seen before as far as symbols go.
Oh.
It's a whole 2001 Space Odyssey space travel thing going on there for you. And the raccoon looks over and says, sober. They walk out of the room. And they go over to it.
Oh, God, I know what he's going to get.
And he goes over to the barkeeper. He's like, Dwarven ale, egg, and pepper.
Not one. I thought it was getting the drink from Back to the Future 3.
And the bartender just kind of starts putting this drink together and puts a dollop of like something on top, and it's just like instantly curdles going through the drink.
Oh no!
And it's just like this like white, almost like creamy stuff that, and almost akin to like horseradish. And the raccoon just takes it and just drinks it and downs it, and sets it down the cup, and it just. I need to roll dice. This is actually sober him up. No, he slams down a coin. Another. And the barkeep looks at him a little bit, sets down a tankard, and fills it to the brim with his concoction.
Oh shit!
That one actually sobers him up. Cool. He just guzzles it down. Half of it goes across his face, and he comes back. And you can see like the white residue and liquid dripping off his face, mixed with the ash now.
Taking the trash panda to the max there, right?
and he comes in, he looks at you, and he's like, you seem oddly rodent-like.
Well, I am a moon mouse, apparently. At least that's what my step or adopted mom said.
The raccoon leans over and says, is it made of cheese?
I don't know.
Not this again.
Nor do I know why people are asking this question. What? I'm Nikolai. What's your name?
I don't recall. Do you know my name?
I start looking at his notes. Have they been repaired yet?
His notes have been more or less repaired.
See if I see anything that looks like a name.
Do an investigation.
Look at notes. Is your name Steve?
Do you see the universe?
It would be a 19.
19. You start going through his notes, and they're atrociously bad. They're so bad and disorganized and so chaotic. Scabbard has better notes than this.
Fuck.
I don't know your name. I start looking at his. Did you sign any of your work here?
But you do see a big red circle, and you do see two stick figures drawn there, and you see another circle that goes down that says, "Ask them if it's made of cheese."
Where does this come from?
Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, it's like, why would the moon be made of cheese?
Well, according to the Fae mice, that the moons are different kinds of cheese.
Okay.
The broken one is a weird fermented cheese. bright one is a yellow cheese, and the nighttime one is a white cheese. Makes perfect scientific sense. They go over and they just wipe off a whiteboard and they start putting a bunch of like random notes down and trying to explain how this is scientifically sound.
I'm thinking of flat earther, hollow earther kind of stuff going on now.
Oh, no.
A moon cheeser?
Moon cheeser. And they just kind of start ruffling up their fur a little bit and they're like, I remember. There were two of them. I asked them the same question. They didn't really answer.
Wait. I pull out my picture. Does it look like that?
They come over and they go over to a table and they find some glasses, some
Yeah.
clean goggles, and put them on, taking the dirty ones off and set them down.
Mm-hmm.
They look at it. I haven't seen any animated pictures come through.
Do you remember their names?
Again, I haven't seen any animated pictures come through.
No. You're the other two mice that you talked to.
Two mice?
Do
When
you
I say that I was talking to two mice, I'm
Just
talking
a-
to one. I'm not
you
drunk.
you said you remember two other moon mice coming in and asked them the same question.
He looks at you. Just gets really close, nose to nose with you.
Was one of them named Mika and one of them Rurik?
What is it with everybody and signing names with things?
Well, what's your name?
They go over and they start looking through their own notes. According to this very old document here, my name is... Ah, shit, I did it again.
Well, I'm looking for my parents, and you said you might have seen them. Or you said something that... You said you remember two other moon mice coming in, and you asked them the same question.
Possibly. Well, they were passing through, if anything, and they helped me make this. And he holds up a brick, like a literal stone brick.
Uh-huh.
And it's been duct taped together, back to one solid piece.
What is this brick supposed to do?
He throws it at you, and it just starts floating in the air.
Whoa!
I pawed it.
As you paw it, you see like ripple sound coming off from your paws hitting it.
And they said they were just passing through?
Yep.
Do you know how long they stayed?
It goes back to the cord. Jeez. It's sound. Hollow or solid? Crispy or popped? Melted or not melted? That brings up the question, is the sun a melted cheese?
Can I reach the brick?
Yeah, it's above your head.
Okay, I'll reach up and grab it and pull it down if I can. And I want to investigate. I'm literally zoning out. I don't care about I'm investigating this thing.
Shit.
Meanwhile, we're gonna hop back
effectively taking 20.
We're gonna hop back over to you, Kelly.
Alright.
Yeah, you get back to the guild rather easily. And what are you doing?
Heading over to the Rune Master again.
Alright.
Seeing if they have any more information they can give me, or any kind of training that they're willing to give me.
She looks at you and she's just kind of like, I'm not permitted to train yet. But
Damn.
if you travel, I'll tell you what, I will send a message out. It'll take me about 24 hours, and I might be able to reach out to someone that could actually train you. If they haven't left the continent yet.
Brilliant. Is this in the... You were saying that some people more knowledgeable or more able would be in the next town over? Is that the case here?
Yes, it actually is. They should still be there with information, and there are still a few people there that can actually train you.
Brilliant.
So it will be about 24 hours. Make yourself at home. And as she says that, that familiar dragonborn is standing there, and that gnome is. You hear him in the other room.
I'm going to point to my gusset that is currently in need of repair. I'm not training with you today.
And you hear from the other room, "Damn it!"
Lean back over to the elf. I just don't want to. I have my kit with me. I can fix this. I just don't want to.
She leans over to you. He's not okay in the head.
I noticed.
The clerics tried to put his brain mush back together. I don't think they got it all right.
But yeah, she does just that. Makes herself at home. Sets out her tools. Sets out a sheet so that she doesn't lose anything.
Yeah.
And starts taking that shoulder and the arm apart.
Yeah, you're given a place where you can actually do that. There's a courtyard type area with a tree that goes up in the middle. And then there's 4 entrances to this area, and there's a few Dragonborn out here that are hanging out. One of them's a monk. One of them is just a younger fighter like you. And they're just enjoying the rain coming down and just going about like either reading or working on various things.
Ooh, if it's raining, then I'll also attempt to use my backpack as a really, really, really tiny lean-to so that my tools don't get wet. I don't mind getting wet, but I don't want my stuff getting wet.
Rusty work gear is bad.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you can take time to go ahead and do that and start to repair things. One of the Dragonborn just comes over and sits down next to you and just starts watching you very quietly.
Do you mind if I take a 20, or do you want me to roll for it?
Oh, you can take a 20.
Fantastic.
All right.
And with that, we can move them to somebody else.
Yeah. Scavard.
Yes.
You follow your funny little buddy companion here, and they just plop down and come fully visible right in front of the meat stall. And there is this orc standing there, and he's like looking at this cat, and he looks at you, and he's like,
I'm gonna see what exactly is Feisty looking at.
You see like a full rack of ribs, you see turkey legs there, you see a container of like jerky, you can see sausages. And Feisty is like a kid in a candy store, just focusing on one, other, then another, then another, then another. And the smell of barbecue is just rolling over you. It's like being in the middle of like a Texas barbecue fest.
That does sound good. All right.
I'm hungry.
Okay. You know what? I'll give him a little pat on the head and I'll say, you can pick one. And whichever one he points at or looks at or whatever, I will get some for him and myself.
So Feisty stands up, walks about a good 10 feet away from the stall, turns around and sits down, and points at the entire stall.
No. No. Can't do that.
The orc looks over and is like... She leans over and she's like, I like your cat. How much do you want for it?
Not for sale.
Today's the festival for the weekend that we normally do. Basically, if you spend 5 gold, you get 5 gold free. So,
Can you elaborate, actually? I'm actually curious.
quite easy. And she's like, my goods here are for sale for coin. If you buy 5 gold coins worth of goods, you get 5 gold coins worth for free. As some merchants like to call it, it's a buy one get one free offer.
5 or more gold.
5 or more gold. How much in terms of rations or food do we have? 'Cause I'm actually thinking.
Scabbard is actually debating about barbecue.
I don't know what the debate is.
Actually, we don't have a whole lot. Okay. You know what? I will get. Jerky lasts a long time, too, actually. I will get 5 gold worth of jerky, actually.
5 gold worth of jerky.
That's holy crap, that's a lot of jerky.
So that I can go ahead and get an additional 5 gold worth of jerky on top of that. So basically, 10's gold worth of jerky, but for 5 gold.
Alright, I got a math here. Thank you for that, you asshole.
You did it.
I wouldn't even think that, a regular cart, on a market would have that much jerky available.
Well, it is an orc cart, and I'm assuming those fuckers can pack it away pretty good.
Yeah. Just think that.
And she is a barbecue master.
It's just a lot of jerky. I think.
I'm just thinking, we have a lot of.
One standard piece would keep Nikolai for a fucking month.
She looks at you, she's like, I don't exactly have that much. I have about 10 pounds worth.
Okay.
But I will sway a little bit, and I will give you 2 racks of ribs. On top of that, to fill in the other half.
This is fine. I accept.
She gets a small, rucksack backpack and puts it has all the jerky in it. She takes the display jerky, pours it in there.
So how much jerky in total was that, actually?
It's 10 pounds.
10 pounds of jerky. All right, we are.
Scav's body weight in jerky.
And you have about probably about 6 pounds in ribs to carry. Well, you don't have to worry about 1 rack of ribs because the cat's gonna be just.
Oh, I already assume he's probably
destroy that.
Yeah.
The moment you got it, there was only bones left.
Oh my god! Just wait until you guys get back to the actual tavern room and you see what the hall he has actual fresh jerky.
And I'm like, where did this all come from? You're like, well, travel rations. That'll last us a good while.
There's a variety of jerky in there.
I'm gonna make sure Feisty has at least 2 pounds of ribs to have.
Wow. I looked over for a moment and I saw the food on your plate. I'm like, what happened to that English muffin?
Donut.
I was concerned for a moment there.
No. But yes, I will make sure Feisty eats well. I will guide him.
It's one of the most hilarious things that you've seen because he has this giant rack of ribs in his mouth, and it's like the cat trying to drag the blanket. He's trying to walk around it and drag it underneath him. He can't figure out how to actually work with it.
All right, buddy. Here's how you do this. I'm gonna help him out a little bit.
And you have this other rack of ribs strapped to your backpack, tied there, and your backpack is just getting saturated with barbecue sauce and seasonings.
It's a pain in the ass to wash later, but it's worth it.
And then you have another backpack over that filled with jerky.
So
you might want to head back to the actual tavern.
Yep.
And unload.
I have to drop this down
and clean up.
You're probably a little encumbered at the moment. So, Feisty actually does follow you back willingly because you are basically a walking meat popsicle.
We're down by 1 electrum. We now only have 8. However, we now have 7 regular gold.
Meanwhile, Mongo's sitting over there on a fortune. So back to you guys.
That is a lot.
You took 20.
Yeah, I'm taking. Basically, I'm oblivious until I figure this out, or think I figured it out.
Yeah, you can't really figure it out, but you're looking at it, and somehow whoever repaired this brick managed to infuse it with some sort of magic or science or something.
Mm-hmm.
where if you do something specific, it will float for a limited amount of time. You're trying to figure out the activator for it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm just the mechanics of how to do it is one thing, but I'm looking for signature kind of thing, like
okay.
with all my stuff that I do, there's personal flair into it the certain way, I cut my screws kind of thing, and I'm looking for maybe some type of signature in the way this thing was done with the scroll tube that I have that has the picture and the note in it, and the little room rock I have.
Yep, I get where you're going.
So I'm looking. That stuff is awesome, and I want to know this. But I really also want to know, looking for something. Maybe I can find a match. Was this my father's or my mother's work?
Okay.
I hop on top of it.
Oh yeah, you hop on top of it, and you're just kind of spinning around, holding on for your dear life, fumbling on this floating rock. And this raccoon is just still at the whiteboard.
I'm not paying attention.
Drawing diagrams. Now they've dissected one of the actual round circles into sections, trying to figure out is the core molten cheese or not.
Push Mongo. Get off! I'm looking at this.
Roll to wrestle with rock?
Yeah.
Acrobatics.
I need to see this thing.
Roll your investigation while fighting Mongo.
Well, so we're not wrestling?
Oh, he's wrestling with the rock, but you get to roll an investigation.
Oh, okay.
17.
16.
You're arguing with Mongo, and he's sunk his claws into this rock. You can't get him off. And now you're like in the process of like, shit, I can't remove him because he might damage the rock and his claws are sunk into him. He's just kind of floating around.
Have I figured out how to turn it off yet?
No.
Mongo, get back over here!
Why are you upside down?
You're the one that's upside down.
And every time you talk, it's like warbled and all these like sound waves are bombarding you. But you're starting to normalize to it a little bit.
I think my mom or my dad might have made this. I need to look at it.
It's right here. I'm trying to hold it.
You don't need to. Stop messing with it.
And you start floating upwards with the rock.
Pull him down. Use the mage hand. Stop it.
And you're just kind of like sitting there, just like back and forth, arguing over this rock.
Is it low enough that I can jump up and just stand on it myself?
No, because he's like wrapped around it. It's like he's big enough to wrap around this rock. You can only see one facet of the actual rock.
Oh, here. No, okay. I pull out my rope and I throw it up to him, tight to the rock.
Are you going to just bat at the rope?
Maybe.
Roll to attack. How did the party get derailed? Rope.
Is that just regular attack?
Yep.
Unarmed strike?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
18.
18. As you throw the rope up there, he just bats it.
Mongo, no, tie the rope to the rock. Throw it back up.
Wizard cast BAP.
Are you going to continue to bat at it? Yep. You don't have to roll for it. You're just sitting there, just like occasionally just smacking at it as it comes up.
Trying to not lose grip.
Yeah.
What was his name?
Attacking the rock. You must protect the rock.
Shit! I did it again. Help me, please.
The raccoon looks over. Huh? What'd you do again?
No, you then told me that's your name.
He looks around very confused. Wait. You know my name?
You told me that's your name.
Where'd you hear that?
From you.
When?
Help! My brother's taking that rock.
Odd. It's a floating rock. Why is the rock
taking me?
You're the one that turned it on. Can you turn it off?
Goes over, pulls out a notebook, starts writing down. I'm engaging with a floating rock. This is a peculiar situation, perhaps related to the cheese.
Wow. This character is totally gone.
He's more high than I am, like on a party night.
Does Mongo have a short or a or a long tail?
It's a long one.
Is it hanging down?
That's not my question. Ask him.
It's probably just flowing.
Is it within reach where I can maybe loop it with a lasso?
Oh, you motherfucker.
Yank him down?
I want you to roll a survival on that. Meanwhile, the raccoon is like, the mouse is engaging with
17.
the cat. They both seem to be conversing. I'm not sober enough for this. 18? 17? You're there and you suddenly feel something on your tail and suddenly tighten and just yank your tail.
And I start reeling it down.
And you're being...
Do I hang on to the rock or do I just let it go and hopefully fall on someone?
That's your call. That's not my choice. That's your choice.
Come on, Mongo!
I will hiss and attack the rope.
Thing down.
All right, roll an attack.
Nope. All right, that's cocked. Claws. 16.
16? Yeah, as you're tugging the rope down, he reaches over with the claw and swats at it, and you just see the entire rope in like almost 4 pieces with tiny little threads to it, and you just see snap.
No, stop!
If I fall, I fall. Because I've completely lost focus on trying to hold on to the floating ball of smoldering intensity to attack the fucking thing that attacked my tail.
And suddenly, you're just crushed by Mongo, and all of his weight is on top of you, and you're just buried in fluff and...
Push him off!
Oh, man.
Mongo, get off of me!
Ow!
The raccoon is just sitting there. Perhaps some out-of-species mating ritual?
Oh. What is wrong with you?
Oh my god.
He walks over. Scientifically speaking, you two are sentient animals speaking to each other. Odd? Are you both from the moon? What kind of cheese is it?
Has this fall sobered me up any?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ow.
And your head just, you hear the, like almost like you can feel like your brain throbbing in your head.
Oh, fuck. No.
I try to scramble out from underneath him and go back to the
Oh,
rock
for
so I
fuck's sakes.
study
And push
the
him
thing.
with like a leg.
And you're just suddenly tumbling forward on your feet as you're kicked by a foot.
Yeah. Get my lasso off his tail and try to lasso the rock.
Well, you had to make a new lasso because you did cut the rope.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do. Another survival, or do I?
I want you to roll acrobatics.
Acrobatics, okay. Acrobatics.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
This raccoon is a special one.
The mouse and the cat are seeming pretty fucking special right now, too.
21.
21. You lasso it, you climb up on the rope, and you pull out a little pick and you stab it into the rock, and you're just kind of watch as Nikolai is floating around, latched to this rock, trying to study it.
Does Mondo realize he's sobered up, or does he still think he's pretty hammered?
I don't know, that's up to you to decide. Roll the con check there, buddy. Back to you, Augie. You have a few various people gathered around watching you work.
At 20.
Oh, nice.
Is anybody asking questions or poking at my work?
The one younger dragonborn that had come over and sat down with you, they're kind of a purplish color. They occasionally just reach over and just grab a tool and gently pull it away and start examining it, then just slide it back.
I'll go reach over for the tool and then realize that they're just looking at it.
You always worried one of your siblings is going to fuck with your tools?
Furrow her brow and go back to work. Make sure everything is in its place. In fact, that one tool that was moved, she will kind of cock back into how she had it originally. She's become a little OCD.
The dragonborn looks at you, looks at how you put it back, reaches over and slides another tool out, starts examining it as well, not saying anything. Then just sets it down, slides it back exactly how you want it to be this time.
Aha! Okay. Well, now that she sees that we have someone of intellect here, she's going to actually start explaining what she's doing.
And they just watch you, and they don't even blink. This is the most odd thing that you've never seen. This purplish huge dragonborn, very sleek in nature, almost like a slick kind of salamander look to them. They're just ditto. They're just kind of staring at you and just watching and listening. Not asking any questions, not changing posture, just almost like they're absorbing what you're saying.
Mm-hmm. Perfectly fine with her. And then, after she is satisfied with her work, she starts riveting pieces back together and puts that armature back on. Tests it out. Makes sure she has full range of motion. And then just pats her shoulder as hard as she can. Hit me.
The dragonborn looks at you.
Go on.
And you see out of your corner of an eye, almost like a translucent version of the dragonborn appears and just decks you right in the arm with full force.
Same shoulder I was indicating?
Yeah. Oh shit, that was a natural 20.
Oh!
Just a full natural 20 with that for 9
She's
points of
ass.
damage right to that spot.
Ow.
And as
she's on her ass.
Yeah,
but
as you look over, you see this ethereal, translucent version of the one that was watching you, and it just fades away into smoke.
One. Ow! But also, two, that's a really neat trick.
They're just watching you, and they just look over at you. Not saying anything still. And one of the other dragonborns like, they don't talk.
Brilliant. Was there any particular tool that this one seemed particularly interested in?
Not really. They were just examining every single one as you use them, taking in all the details.
Okay. Was there anything special about this set, or was it just masterwork?
It's just masterwork. There's nothing special about it. As far as I know. You haven't sought out
Then
arcane
I'm actually
tinkering
going
tools.
to bundle up the tools, put them away nice and tidy, and she will present them to the young dragonborn that seemed so interested in them.
It looks to the tools and then to you and gently takes them.
She nods very... not solemnly. What's the word I'm looking for?
Humbly?
Nods humbly. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, they repeat your actions damn near perfectly.
Brilliant. Anyhow, I think it's about time that I check on my siblings. There's no telling what kind of trouble they've gotten up to. Does anybody know if Crumbs is still open?
the one that had spoke before? You mean that weird blacksmith?
Yeah, the big metal one. Yeah, that one.
I don't think he ever actually closes. I think the town guard actually imposed a curfew on him.
Fair.
Stop.
Has the curfew passed yet?
They go over and I look up into the sky for a few moments. Nope.
Brilliant. Well, always a pleasure. And she will excuse herself and start heading out the door.
As you start heading out the door, you kind of, the one Dragonborn that you gave the tools to takes the exact same spot you were in, basically mimics everything that you did, and starts going through the entire process that you did, exactly how you did.
Alright. Well, at least he's attentive.
If you... Yeah, so you're heading to Crumbs?
Yeah, with that, she'll head to Crumbs and order herself a new set of superior tools.
Okay. Yeah. Very interesting Dragonborn that one is.
Apparently.
And, yeah, you get to Crumbs, and as you're on your way to Crumbs, you cutting through town, and you see the market going on, all the different stalls. You're hit by the smell of the barbecue and cooked pastries and the talks of merchants trading back and forth.
Maybe that way first.
It's like barbecue. That sounds so good.
Head to the barbecue stall first.
And you can see a bunch of people gathered around there, and you see a bard just sitting there, and it's an orcish bard, and they're just strumming along, talking about how delicious the barbecue is. And they have a plate sitting next to him on a barrel that they moved over there, and yeah, there's a female orc, and she's running it, and the jerky is marked off as sold out.
Really want sausage.
I wonder why.
And she looks at you and she's like, "Hello, Dragonborn. How can I help you? Step up."
Orc.
Name is
I
Sadir.
see. She looks up at the sky. It's later in the day, I assume?
Yeah, it's about mid-afternoon at this point.
Afternoon. A little early to be sold out of anything, isn't it?
Yeah, I did have a full stock of jerky, but a kobold with a strange cat bought it all.
Interesting.
I've never had anybody other than a band of drunken bards buy 10 pounds of jerky before. And the bard looks over. I resemble that remark.
Well, what's he having? Because that looks really damn good.
We call it a sandwich. It has pulled meat on it with sauce, some aged cow's milk, and some shredded up cabbage that's been seasoned. We get the bread from the local bakery whenever we visit the town.
I'll have one of those. And also,
I will too.
those spare ribs look really good. Can I have a plate of spare ribs as well?
Of course. We are having a deal today. It's spend 5 gold here, and you get 5 free.
Oh, like a BOGO thing.
Yes, exactly. You must sell goods as well if you actually understand the lingo.
I try to. I work in my own craft.
They look at you and they're kind of curious. Huh.
Smithing.
Smithing. Oh. A very prosperous field, especially in this continent. Plenty of adventurers tend to stop off through here and require such means.
Brilliant, brilliant.
And you see him just get like this large round bread roll, and they just pull out like almost like a machete and just slice it in half.
Of course it does.
And then they just put down some sort of sauce, and you just see them just get like a handful of meat, put it on top, and with some sauce, and then the cabbage on top of it, sprinkle some seasoning on top, along with like almost like a crumbled up like cheese, and they put the top on it. They set it on the plate, and then they set some like you smell them and you can't really tell what they are at first, and they put them on the side. And then they set down that, and then they set down the plate of rack of ribs.
So fucking hungry right now.
And the ribs, you can see they've been rubbed down with sort of some dry like herbs, and it's formed a crust along them.
Ooh. Ooh.
And everybody's suddenly hungry.
I was already hungry for ribs. Now you're making it worse. I shouldn't have ordered ribs. Yeah, enjoy the meal, enjoy the bard, and then head to Chrome's.
Yeah, it's only about like 1 or 2 gold for the meal, and when you bite into the thing that was on the side, it was basically fried potatoes that have been seasoned.
Well, since I'm out of gold, I'll give her 25 silver.
All right. Yeah. And the bard just continues to play a melody. And Crumb is there, working as usual. Seems to never stop. And you've had your fill of barbecue along the way.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, step in. Tell Crumb that I am in the market for a new set of tools. Ask him if he would be willing to make me a superior set, or if he knows someone that can sell one.
Crumb looks at you. You're very curious. Tapping his hands together and making little clanking sounds as he does. Seeming to process this.
It's an interesting story. Before you ask, no, I didn't lose mine. There was someone at the Fighters Guild that seemed very interested in my set while I was working on my armor there, and I thought they were interested enough that they may enjoy the craft. So I gave them mine.
Calculations, that is interesting. Commission, another set. Okay. Then Crumb just goes over and instantly just gets to work.
How much is it going to run me, Crumb?
Crumb comes over, calculates you. 1 platinum piece.
Well,
You have to probably talk to your family.
now, she has that in copper.
All right.
Remember, she got the bricks from.
Yeah, that's true.
No, she is not tapping into the bricks. She is not tapping into the
That's
bricks.
a lot of copper!
She's going to talk to the family about
She can carry around the bricks. She's strong enough.
right before we leave so we can discuss what we do with them.
Yeah. These would be one of Chrome's better, basically, kits.
Yeah. And actually, she'll pay him up front. She'll just count out 1,000 copper right then and there while he's working. Bundle it up into a pouch and just...
He picks it up, sets it down on the table, and just goes right back to work.
Brilliant. Head off back to the tavern.
All right.
Full belly, full day, she's happy.
It's a full day.
And like 10 or 15 pounds lighter because I got rid of all the copper.
Yeah, but she also just ate about 10 to 15 pounds of barbecue, so really she's at about the same spot.
Yeah. Back to you two.
I'm studying the rock.
With your natural 20, you kind of get back up and you kind of shake yourself off and you walk over and you find a scrap of paper and it's actually very, very coherent and very elegantly written. And you can see it's part of another book and you start tracking down the rest of the papers with this. And you can see that there is the chaotic journal, and then there's the coherent journal.
Ah, head trauma. That's what happened.
And this journal is it's all written out actually in a language you can't really understand. You're picking up pieces and parts of it, but you can tell it's a lot more consistent than the stuff that's in common.
Yeah. Gather up as many of the pages as possible. Try to put them in what I think is the order they're supposed to go in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, from your intelligence, you might understand that Nikolai might be able to actually make sense of it.
Well, I'm not going to tell him just yet.
Okay.
He laughs
I'm
on my
studying.
fucking tail.
I'm studying this rock.
You still have the loop around your tail, and you've been dragging it around from the part you cut off.
I'll get that off and throw it at him.
Roll a dex on that.
Yeah, that's cocked.
Yep, roll that.
18.
18. You're latched onto this thing, and as you're just like starting to examine it, you just get hit by the not part of the actual loop that was around his tail.
Oh, okay, cool. Grab it. I tie the ends back to throw it back. Can you lash this someplace down there, please?
Oh no, I have a Nikolai balloon now.
So do you start tugging him around like a low balloon?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna like around the belt loop while I go look for the other pages, and his ass is gonna fucking follow.
You're suddenly just tugged, and you're just being dragged around by Mongo
Okay.
while you're floating there. Yeah, you find about 6 or 7 pages, and you see the raccoon is back over there, and you see a few different bald spots looking at him from where fur is missing.
Does it look to be about similar-ish handwriting as his chaos to his?
It looks like it's similar enough, but less chaotic. It's a lot, way more organized. These are like meticulous notes.
Yeah, just keep rolling pages.
Yeah, you find about 6 of them total, and you're finished looking around, you don't find any more. You kind of bundle them up together.
Am I getting any clues off of this thing?
So far to you, you're like looking through it, you can see like specks of like weird energy coming out you've never seen before, but it just seems like a floating rock to you. No signature on it or anything like that.
The heck? Hey, mister! Yelling towards the raccoon. Hey, you had the chalkboard!
I'll bring him down a little bit.
You feel yourself lowering down to manga level.
He's not responding.
He's long.
Okay. Hey, shit! I did it again!
He doesn't really respond. He's just staring hard at this board. He's making some sort of diagram.
Pongo, try to get his attention, please.
Well, if you insist. Every time he goes to make a line, shortly after, prestidigitate it away.
He looks at what he's writing with, the utensil, and he looks back at the board, and he's like, "You are a traitor to the scientific method." And he starts writing on the floor.
I prestidigitate a little face in the chalk lines that he's doing. Just
And you see him get up, and he walks over, and he gets something, and it's like this round ball, and he takes it apart, and you see him loading familiar ingredients into it that look like high explosive, and he closes it. He walks he was walking over to the board, and he's just looking.
I put it back the way he had it.
I'm gonna blow up the board.
And he's like, I thought so.
Wow.
Fuck. I thought we were trigger happy.
Mom could just walk over to him, tug on his leg. Tap him on the shoulder. I don't know how big is this guy?
It's about as big as Mongo.
Oh, okay.
He's a raccoon.
I'll keep bringing him down. And just kind of eventually put the rock right by him. That way Nikolai is right, like, eye level.
Tap him on the shoulder. Hey, you.
No, are you eye level with Mongo? Or with Nikolai.
I'm trying to get Nikolai eye level with the. Oh shit! I did it again.
Okay.
Hey, Mister.
He turns and looks at you. Oh.
Can I have this thing? How much?
Where'd you find it?
You threw it at me.
He looks very perplexed. Is the moon made of cheese?
Oh my god.
Potentially.
Maybe. I've never been there.
He looks at you. Scientific breakthrough.
So how much for the rock?
He goes over and he's just kind of like, he starts doing like this weird scribbles of like something. He's like, I've never seen a rock float before, and did the scientific calculations that I did. 100,000 platinum.
Wait, are you trying to sell something that doesn't belong to you?
It clearly belongs to me.
Well, how does
Because I put a price tag on it first.
But you just said you've never seen it before. And right now, I've got it on a rope.
That makes absolutely no sense. Because what if the rope actually doesn't belong to you, but it belongs to the ground?
No, it belongs to me. The rope belongs to me.
He goes over and he pulls out a magnifying glass and starts examining it for a name.
I put a name on it. Nikolai. As soon as when he starts to get to a certain point, then I'm just gonna like put the name on there.
He begins examining the rock for a name.
Put Nikolai on there.
As you go to do that, you see something happen and the rock just shatters into like 20 pieces and all this dark energy is floating around it. And you have to scramble to catch onto it.
Yeah. What?
Roll an acrobatics.
I back the fuck up.
It's an exploding rock.
Twain is
Acrobatics?
mad.
12?
12. You fall onto Mongo and you just watch the rope just disintegrating from whatever this energy is, and the rocks just, the chunks of it are floating there, and you can see like this ball, like black energy, purplish energy floating in the middle that has these tendrils going off to the various pieces of the rock. And it just all comes back together.
What'd you do?
Nothing much.
The raccoon is standing there just like,
This is clearly very, very dangerous. Please, for public safety reasons, let us dispose of this for you.
He looks at you. You're not trustworthy because you're a cat.
That is racist.
Exactly. And well documented.
I feel called out. Well, he's a mouse. You can trust him. He's the one who knows how to. I'm just here to help him.
Then you're in cahoots. You're both untrustworthy. You're working with a cat. You do know this, right? They are very untrustworthy.
He's trying to teach me how to be better.
There's no making you better.
Okay, so me as the player obviously understands that Mongo is trying to trick this guy into giving me the rock. Does Nikolai have any fucking clue? I mean, he's kind of like oblivious for certain stuff.
Nikolai would have seen me do this shit before, but yeah, and he's also pretty fucking oblivious as well.
He's blunt and obvious all the time, so it's like...
You see this guy, he has the bomb essentially still in his hand. He reaches up, he grabs a rock, and he starts, putting them together.
I start stepping back.
And then he gets like some rope and he starts tying the bomb to the actual floating rock.
Clearly somebody who thinks like I do.
Rope, right? No, the rope is disintegrated, right?
No, he gets them from a table.
No, but my rope was
Yes.
disintegrated.
Yeah, your rope's gone, bud.
Could that rock normally, theoretically, be movable using my mage hand?
You can certainly try.
I'm going to try and pull that rock to me away from it.
Okay.
With mage hand.
Roll a sleight of hand there. Let's see how bad this goes.
22?
22. You go to use Mage Hand on it, and you see your Mage Hand grab the rock, and you just see the cracks forming in the rock, and it just explodes outward again, disintegrating your mage hand as it just goes even bigger from the draining the magical energy from your mage hand. And you guys need to make an acrobatic saving throw.
Fuck. That's
Oh no.
13.
8.
Okay.
No.
I love your low rolls when it comes to saving your own ass.
Yep.
Because it always goes terribly wrong for you in the end. So, as this happens, it hits the bomb that he's attempting to put onto this, and it just explodes the bomb. And you manage to take some cover as dust and explosion goes out of this room. And you just see white. And you're laying there as your ears are ringing.
Should I start rolling my dice?
And you've taken 12 points of damage.
Almost had to start rolling my D6s to make a new character.
And
you said 12?
Yeah.
Jesus.
And as your ringing is in your ears and your vision comes, you see Nikolai laying there, spread eagle on the ground, black energy wisping off him, and the rock is just floating there. And you see the raccoon is in the similar situation.
I'm gonna check on Nikolai to make sure he's not fucking dead.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not moving. I heard too much.
And you just see little, lacerations sprinkled all along him from the concussive explosion of the bomb going off.
Oh, God.
And some of his fur is just charred away, and smoke is coming off him, and he smells like just barbecue rat.
Oh, that's not good. Oh, I'm changing his smell with prestidigitation. Something more pleasant. He can stay dirty. He's usually pretty fucking dirty, but yeah, I'm changing his fucking smell into something I like.
The barbecue rat doesn't smell good to you?
No.
No. But,
all that burnt hair.
But, you basically see the raccoon. You see, a spiritual version of him saying, he's like, well, that is another failure on my part. I will make a note of that and try to actually have the intelligence of the next body be higher so that I don't feel like I'm going insane. Oh, greetings. Hello. Thank you.
Fucking what?
Kind of look, laying flat on my back, I turn my head forward, look at it, like, what?
How fucking drunk am I? Jesus.
I had a terrible idea for an experiment, and it went terribly south, and I shall actually course correct some of the experiment. And he goes over and wipes off the board. Oh, preposterous ideas that the moons are made of cheese. What was I thinking? Perhaps I shouldn't dilly-dally with that insanity juice.
Can I
fucking
move?
what?
I try to... What's going on? What'd you do?
And you just see this ethereal version of this raccoon pick up a piece of writing utensil and starts writing these notes out. And they're as clean as what you have in your...
What happened? As I try to pull myself up.
Is he okay?
The raccoon is like, dear boy, you have suffered, or madam, you have suffered an explosion, and you appear to have survived, unlike my physical form, which I will course correct in due time. But right now I must make scientific notes regarding the explosion. First note, do not allow my living self to actually create another explosive.
Do you need these?
Oh, nope, those are outdated, but yes.
I'll just hand them to Nikolai.
You just have this, bunch of documents now.
So, wait.
And they just roll up in your hand, and they just yank out of your hand and go into a tube and close it shut.
Wait, okay, so
The fuck was in that drink?
you're him?
The raccoon turns around. Yes, that is my physical form. This is my metaphysical form, and it's a complicated story.
Clearly.
You're obviously more coherent in your metaphysical form?
Yes, I was blown up next to a rift by my creator, and it kind of...
Creator?
Yes, a wizard made me, by accident.
We can fucking do that.
So a wizard made your body.
Well, not exactly a wizard. It was a little girl that had got a scroll of animal ascension, and she deemed me her best friend and made me smart. It's complicated for your small mind to comprehend. Sorry.
Early
But,
in
okay,
fucking
what-
school.
What was wrong with him?
Clearly, the brain could not handle such an intelligent mind.
Right, so long stories being shortened it all. You need the rock thing? My brother wants it.
Yes, that's Gregory,
Who's Gregory?
the rock.
What does Gregory do?
He doesn't like to be provoked by magical things.
Okay.
Terrible temper, that one, with those things.
So your dead self told me that 2 other moon mice that look like me helped your dead self make Gregory.
A version of my dead self, yes.
I am either too drunk or too sober for this. What the fuck?
The reason why this is important to me is because I'm looking for my parents.
Oh, yes, dear boy. So you are related to the other 2 that came through here.
Maybe. Your dead self was too scatterbrained to really hold any conversation. So you remember 2 other moon mice that look like me.
Why would I forget such an important detail? It's not every day that you come across mice that are from the moon that are clearly geniuses.
About 15 years ago.
Was
You
this about
neglected to
15 years
mention
ago?
that part.
Wait. I always forget people keep track of time. So that question is rudimentary to me.
We're not explaining how time passes. Pick another question.
Do you know their names?
They didn't share their names, but they were headed to the capital city to perhaps go out into the world and explore. I'm assuming they want to share their secrets with the world or make
Were
something.
they traveling with anyone that
No.
you might remember?
I don't remember them being with anybody, but I remember a very interesting conversation about a roaming miniature land vehicle that they were working on.
I mean,
Oh,
what?
if that ain't them, I don't know what the fuck.
So your
God,
dead
that fucking
self
shit runs in the family.
didn't. Okay, would you recognize them if you saw them again?
Of course I would, dear boy.
I will show them the picture that I have of.
He pulls on
Is
a
this
monocle.
anything like them?
That is exactly like them.
Exactly like
They were
them.
wonderful conversations, quite brilliant.
Oh my god, that fucking shit runs in the family. Oh.
You met my mom and dad.
We worked and shared some notes. That's about the extent of it.
Can I read those notes?
He points to the wall in the scroll case that you saw. You see it's just... There's like a suitcase basically opened up along the wall, and it's just filled with dozens of these. Oh, I don't know which one it is, dear boy, because... My archive.
Can I look through all of them then?
If you,
Oh, that's going to take some time.
He doesn't care.
but we can sit down and discuss the details about them.
Please tell me everything.
Alright, we're going to go ahead
Okay.
and table that. Back to you. Yeah, you're up in the room and you have all this barbecue, and the cat is just chewing on this thing. You hear eventually crunching a bone too.
All right then. Go ahead and give him some water and make sure that the little cage thing is open, so if they want to, they can go ahead and go inside.
It goes over and it lays down in Mongo's bed and just getting barbecue sauce everywhere and dry rub.
Oh,
You know.
dang. Oh,
It's the most comfy place there is.
Oh,
You know.
no.
I'm gonna let you deal with those consequences there, buddy.
about-
Nobody goes in Mongo's bed.
And some time passes, and eventually, Augie, you get back to the room, and you walk into the familiar smell of barbecue.
Wait a minute. Go into our room, go through the bathroom, go over to the boys' room.
And you see the cat laying in Mongo's bed with sauce everywhere and dry rub everywhere, chewing on the ribs.
Hi, sister.
You, was that from the orcish barbecue?
Indeed it is. And I adjust the backpack full of jerky.
Aha! You're the reason why they had no more jerky. I see.
I figured we'd probably need some more rations. We were very low, so I filled us up for the next few,
Ever.
days, week.
Days?
Month?
Quarter
My
of the year.
dear little brother.
Jerky?
A ration
I had a
of jerky.
piece.
She takes a piece. A ration of jerky can last you for a whole meal, and that's like 2 pieces.
We have
What you have there is a year of jerky.
Yes, but we now have this guy here, this girl, this thing.
And you look, and the cat's over there, I'm chewing on.
Look over at the cat.
So I figured we will probably need enough food for everybody and +1.
You're gonna.
And you hear,
You know what?
and
You're dealing with Mongo.
and you hear the cat eating a little bit, and you hear a slight shredding of a piece of fabric.
Oh no.
Alright, that's enough. I go over, I pick him up, or try to.
You try to pick them up, and they're just like, oh fuck. It's like moving a rock.
Attached to the bed.
Come on.
It just hunkers down a bit
Please.
more comfy into the bed.
I will try to persuade it with
And
jerky.
she just covers her ears,
Ah.
heads toward the bathroom. Not my problem. Not
I don't
my
know.
problem,
Any
not
of
my
this is
problem, Not my
happening.
problem. Not my problem.
I'm gonna try to persuade it with jerky.
Start going into the bath. You'll be in the
Okay.
bath the whole time.
Roll a
You were there the whole
disadvantage.
time. The way you threw that down.
That's
12.
So disappointed.
You're trying to persuade it with jerky, but it's still just it's savoring this rack of ribs, and it's just working its way through it. It's like, why would I want jerky over these ribs? And it's got its big paws around it, and just almost laying on top of it, just yum 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 yum. You've essentially created the worst scenario you could.
Maybe try to teach it that this is Mongo's things.
Can't, 'cause
I want you to roll a
Mongo's like-
performance.
Performance, alright. 11.
You're like, Mongo. And you're trying to explain it to the thing, and you can't. You're like, you don't know how to explain what Mongo is. So you pull out your scroll and your ink kit, and you draw a very crude, like child, like 5th grader picture of Mongo, and you show the cat, and the cat just looks like, huh?
Fuck you.
It goes back to Nami.
Alright. I'll take some water from my flask and look at that thing. You need to get off of there.
Roll for attack.
Diplomacy has failed. We now go with attack.
Now go with recalibration.
Go with recalibration.
Retaliation.
Recalibration.
Okay.
Let's see.
This is
You know,
how
at this point in
Scabbard
time,
dies.
I've got to ask, who's training who?
How to train your scabbard. Okay, I'm gonna just roll that. You do that, and this paw comes out of nowhere and just catches you right across the cheek, and you just feel the laceration of 2 points of damage, and just stings.
Good kitty.
This is only 2 points of damage, not 12.
It still hurts.
Got blowed the fuck up.
Now you know what it fucking feels like.
Yes,
All
now I
right.
do.
And you hear like this loud hissing and roar from the other room, but very miniaturized from the cat. You're like, nope.
All right. Time to use a little bit of animal handling. I'm gonna try and I don't know,
Bap it back.
try and wrestle him out of there.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Jesus, man. Monko's gonna be, or
14?
Scab's gonna be killed by his pet.
So you try to wrestle it, and it goes down pretty badly for you. So you hear something break in the other room, Augie. And you hear hissing, and you hear Scabbard let out a yelp. And Scabbard, you're now have the rack of ribs on top of you, and this cat's laying its full weight on top of you, on top of Mongo's bed, and it's just going back to eating the ribs while pinning you down.
All right.
You turned your ass into a
Now
dinner
it's my
plate.
Augie! Help!
Bounce back through the bathroom, kick open their side of the bathroom.
And you see this sight of him being used as a dinner plate, pinned down on Mongo's bed, with the rack of ribs on top, and the cat laying on top of him.
A bit of help,
Chewing on
please.
Going to lean over, pick up the cat, pick up the rack of ribs, place the rack of ribs away, and hold the cat away from the rack of ribs. No!
Roll intimidation, Augie.
Fucking roll a nat 20, please roll a fucking nat
20. Or a natural one, even. That'd be funny.
You said no,
Roll
and
well,
Cheddar
roll
went
well,
and
well.
hid from you.
Well, that's a 21.
Alright.
Cheesy cat.
It attempts to give you the Puss in Boots eyes.
20. Aww.
She, in return, she gives it the worst stink eye she can.
So an angry Cayenne look.
Yes.
And it just kind of hangs there by its scruff. It just pouts a bit, pawing at the rack of ribs. Not really understanding what it did wrong.
You behave. You listen to this idiot,
And it looks like
and then you get the ribs.
it looks over at you. Narrows its glare.
So what do
Glare
you
back.
want me to do, you little jerk? I want my ribs back.
That was a 19 on the die for intimidation.
And then she drops the cat back on
All
Scab.
right. What do you want me to roll?
Oh shit. Roll intimidation back.
That's not good.
Oh, shit.
Oh, God.
6.
The kobold is begging and cowering, begging to his own animal companion.
It just sits down on Scab with its full weight.
All right.
I love cats.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
good.
try nudge him off.
It doesn't budge.
And you gotta get this thing under control. It's gonna get a lot bigger than you.
Well, yeah.
If I hear any more screaming coming from in here, I'm putting you in the cage, pointing at Scav, and I'm eating the ribs.
And the cat just paws at the ribs that are half eaten at this point.
I gotta ask again, who's training?
That's her threat.
Good lord, man! You can't roll to save your life right now. It's a good thing there's not in combat.
Well, hey, anyone wondering if it's a way to die? There you go.
The Feisty gets up, grabs the bed with its mouth, yanks it, and you hear it tear a little bit more, and drags it off into the bathroom. And you hear it just kind of shoving it around a little bit and just flops down on the bed in the bathroom.
She turns back around, stomps 1 foot, and gives another stink eye to the cat.
It looks out of the bathroom, laying curled up in the corner next to the tub. Mongo's bed's been relocated.
Well,
the funny part is, this is actually how I train my own dog.
this yeah, it looks like I owe Mongo a new bed. Sorry, Mongo.
Or get your cat its own and, clean and fix Mongo's.
Oh, you're going to clean and fix Mongo.
No. Clean and fix Mongo's bed.
Sorry,
I did not
Mongo,
say clean and
time
fix
to take it
Mongo.
to the
Couldn't
bed.
hear that? You're gonna what, Mongo?
All right, let's. I will go ahead and. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Roll some sort of diplomacy.
Just charisma then?
Maybe
Yeah.
a different dice?
Probably.
Maybe. I mean, I'm not saying that's going to fix it. Definitely better.
Let's see. 13?
13. As you come in there, it starts to rile up out of anger because it's been disturbed so many times. But it looks at your pathetic self and just kind of starts to listen a little bit. Plead your case.
Please, come on, just work with me here. I'm trying.
For a moment, you see this thing just stand up at its full height, and it kind of moves a little bit and flops down back on the bed, leaving you a spot.
Oh.
Go over, sit down, give them little pets. Something's gotta give. We gotta work together. Okay? You help me, and I'll help you.
You see they look at you with this look, and
Cheddar,
almost like a question mark above its head, like, how the fuck are you gonna help me? But it just kind of flops down and just kind of settles in. Licks where the barbecue rub is on the bed.
Shake my head. Like, alright. I owe Mongo a new bed. God damn. It's probably where I'm gonna sleep for the night.
You're sleeping in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think Augie's gonna be happy with that because that's where the bathtub is.
Not happy at all.
The situation is bad for Augie. So,
But she'll live with it.
Alright. I guess, what time of the day is it actually? It's turning around.
it's getting pretty late into the day.
I have some ideas of what I'd like to get done tomorrow, and it might include your help, Augie.
You hear this from the other room.
She's laying on her bed, groaning.
It does involve
What
smith-
is it now?
It involves some smith work. Something you enjoy.
I don't have tools right now. I'm getting a new set made.
Well, hey, then you could try that with a new set. Break them in a bit.
What is it you want?
Well, we still have that little axe head that I found. I'm wondering if there's a way you can attach it to the spear. Maybe make like a halberd out of it?
What?
You
spear.
mean... What spear? You mean Cayenne's spear?
No, my spear.
Your spear. I could try to make a poleaxe for you, yes.
It's a simple steel spear, and it's a simple little axe head. Nothing special.
Are you going to hurt yourself with it? If I do make you one.
You see the cat perk up and just nod a little bit.
Probably.
First of all, no. Secondly, I know how to handle the spear well, just as well as the bow, and my crossbows, and my sling.
Yes, but adding an axe head onto a spear changes the weight of it, and it changes how it moves.
This is true.
Which makes me worry about how you're going to handle it.
Well, that's what practice is for, and I'm gonna definitely need practice, especially when it comes to training with Feisty here.
You aren't using the spear on your cat, are you?
No!
You hear a slight growl at that thought.
I would never. But I'm probably gonna spend some time working with Feisty tomorrow.
So
We'll work on the details later. Right now, we're just gonna wait until Nikolai comes back, do dinner, and think about more things in the morning.
Yep, Mongo can use my bed for the night. I'll get him a new one tomorrow.
So, are you gonna just wait until Nikolai is done?
I'm going to wait for a bit, but yeah, the patience is going to quickly run out. And
Half an hour goes by, and Nikolai is still listening to this disembodied raccoon.
anything
Gale,
interesting for me?
It's really painfully detailed about.
I'm writing everything down.
Okay. He's describing their height, their walk, the way they spoke.
I'm writing everything down.
The way they took notes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as he's doing that, well, no, because I'm writing everything down. So, yeah, okay, yeah, with my own notes, I'm just writing everything down and getting these details that I never had before. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
If there's a point where he starts to veer off into like a conversation of things they helped him do, I will try to steer him to showing me that work in his archives, because that give me an idea of where in his chunk of archives stuff that my parents might be, so I can just look at those archives.
It never actually gets to that point of where he can point outwards in the archives, because he doesn't even know, because he has no sense of time or actual organization to the archive.
Oh, jeez. Well, I get that, but like if he says they helped me figure this out, and it's like, okay, where would that be in your archives, kind of thing?
That's the problem.
Oh.
He would have to go through every single one of them to find it, because he doesn't keep track of time or organization.
This is, yeah. Alrighty. I'm taking the notes down of everything he says. And then I'll also, at some point I'm going to ask him if I can just go through his archives.
He looks at you and he's like, perhaps when you're a bit more experienced, you shall delve into my archives. You just have to find me.
You're going to be here all the time?
My shop moves about.
How do I find you?
Oh, I'm prolific. Just ask for the raccoon.
The raccoon. Is that your name?
As far as I know, actually, the little girl, she referred to me as Bandit.
Bandit. What was the little girl's name?
Cinnamon.
Cinnamon?
She was a gnome.
Do you know where she is?
Oh, nope. I don't recall such details. I just simply go wherever my shop wants me to take me.
Your shop decides where you go?
Yes. Doesn't every person's shop decide where they want to go?
The shops I've always been to have always been in one spot.
There's actually quite a few shops within this world that tend to travel on their own.
Whoa.
I already left.
Like,
Yeah.
like, what are they called? How do you find them?
You simply find them. One could be a hole in the wall, one could be in a box. There's actually a band that travels around in their entire performance halls in a box. They're all tabaxis.
Interesting.
I already left, so I can't say anything.
God
damn it.
Poor Mongo.
Just writing down some of these details.
Yeah, but he goes through quite a few details for you. I can get them to you later.
Yeah.
But eventually he goes back to his work. And he's talking. He puts a hat on the actual rock and puts a pair of glasses on the rock, and he's just talking in weird scientific terms to this rock as it's put next to him.
Okay. So he's basically, at this point, he's told me everything he can recall about.
It's been hours.
Yeah, but he's...
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you do about getting another body?
Oh, I barter with a wizard and ease some of their problems, and they provide me with another one.
Does it have to be a living, flesh and bone body?
Well, there's no other kind. Do I look like I am suitable for a warforged? No, they're a completely different species. That is preposterous to suggest that a simple person can become a warforged.
So you were always a raccoon?
Yes, and you were always a mouse of the moon.
So this has happened before?
He thinks for a few minutes. 982 times and a half.
How do you half a die? How do you half die?
Well, it's quite simple and extraordinary. You die half of it, and then you think you're okay, and you die the other half.
Okay. So you just need to find another wizard to find you another raccoon body?
Essentially.
Oh. Okay. I'll let one know that you're looking for one. If I come across one.
Thank you. So you leave the bar.
I get a drink on the way out.
Mongo, you get back to the tavern, and you head upstairs, and you head into the room, and it's like blinking lights. Your bed is missing. And you see some claw marks around it, and yeah.
The hell?
You hear this from the bathroom, or from the actual room.
I would have left a little note there for him, like, you can use my bed. Feisty kind of destroyed yours. I will get you a replacement.
Where the hell is Scaven?
You hear that from the other room, Augie.
He's hiding in the bathroom, she yells across the bathroom.
Oh, and little text like on the bottom be like, P.S.
No, you already signed it. No. You can't metagame. I will smite you.
Oh no, I was gonna say P.S. There's jerky for you.
No. No.
That door is opening. Mage hand, full force.
The poor door's been so abused by the entire party.
Al would be very disappointed.
And you see the door open very angrily, and you see the silhouette of Mongo. And the cat just looks over, goes back to being comfy. And you see Scabbard basically using the cat as a bed, a pillow, on your bed.
Care to explain?
It's like shrug.
Yeah, that's not an explanation. That's not even words.
Yeah, look at him. Her, it. I still don't know.
That's it?
He
You
was
ruined
fine.
somebody else's thing, and she's like, "Ugh."
I'm getting you a replacement, Mongo. I promise.
How about you get the hell off of it and let me fix it?
The cat looks
You're
very...
more than welcome to deal with that fight. I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna move aside.
The cat looks disappointed and then just sprawls out on the bed. Just like you would. And you see how comfy this cat actually is on your bed.
This time. Maybe you get a good roll.
Gonna look right at him. Trashing it? Not okay, and I'm saying this in cat.
It points to one of the things at Scabbard.
Oh, I know this is his fault. But you're with him.
Again,
You should be on his bed. Now, if it's not clean enough, I know it's not clean enough.
Hey,
You don't understand what I'm saying.
Unless you speak cat.
You don't.
You don't. Speaking of the cat here.
I will try to make it a little better. But what's mine is mine.
It gets even more comfy and kind of melts a little bit. It offers you a spot.
Prestidigitating all the barbecue stuff off of
Yeah.
it that I can get.
Well, you're kind of like wondering what the substance is. You can do a survival on that.
It's going away regardless.
I know.
Oh, nope. Survival?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a whole 4.
You just clean it all up because you're like, you don't want to know what it is. But the
It's
better
from
now-
Scabbard. I'm not
Now
asking.
it's all cleaned up and repaired and
Reach up my sleeve, pull out like a big tarp, big enough to cover it, and then pull it away, mending, and put it right back.
and the cat looks down at the bed, still comfy, offering you a spot.
I don't think you're getting this bed back.
No, but I can at least share. Is Scab on the other side of the door?
I'm there in the same room.
You guys are in the bathroom next to the tub.
I'm gonna press it.
If
Shake
that
my
cat
eyes a bright
ruins
red.
the tub,
Okay.
I'm killing all of you.
He's looking at you with red glowing eyes.
Out.
Whatever between you and Feisty, I don't want any part of it. I'm walking.
Mage hand the door as hard as I fucking can.
The door slams shut behind you, nearly catching your tail.
I guess I will crawl into my bed and go to bed.
Break out my magic book, get comfy, start reading.
Oddly enough, Feisty is very comfy to lean against. Very full belly of barbecue.
Very full.
And you kind of pick up on the smell of like herbs and spices.
What were you eating?
It kind of motions a bit to like just making a weird gesture. It doesn't really communicate to you because
Right.
yeah. Do you say it loud enough where you want someone else could hear it? Or you just kind of like casually say it?
Kind of casually.
If you want, you guys can do a listen.
Sure.
See if you hear Mongo.
That's a whole 7. No, sorry, I had a 0. I thought I had 1. That's a whole 16.
16. You hear Mongo.
That was a whopping 7.
The door is closed. You hear just muffled. But you do hear Mongo ask, "What were you eating?"
I'm gonna ignore it.
Okay.
Not my problem.
But yes, the cat has shared its bed and claimed it essentially.
God. You're such a broken ranger.
I'm a fucking kobold.
It's like calling the sky blue.
So you eventually do make your way back to the tavern and you head up into the room.
Mm-hmm.
And you head in and you see Mongo's bed is gone. You don't see the weird cat anywhere.
When you say weird cat,
And you see the bathroom door closed and you see Scabbard on his bed.
What time of day is it? Is it really late?
It's later in the afternoon. It's getting to be dinner time. You guys are more than likely hungry because everybody else has been munching on barbecue all day.
Or Scav. Where's Mongo? Cayenne. And Augie.
And they just point over at the bathroom door.
Why the hell are they all in the bathroom?
Knock them away.
Scabbard's having a bad day.
Did you get rid of that cat?
No.
Oh fuck, where is it?
In the bathroom with Mongo.
Why are Mongo, your cat, Cayenne, and Augie in the bathroom?
Water party? I don't know. Why would they all be in the bathroom?
There's no fucking clue.
Where were you?
Ooh, you know that bar I told you about?
Yeah.
Where we're made for little people? I took Mongo there, and there was this like raccoon like guy that knew my parents.
You do hear a sentry
And I start going,
muffled talking from the other room.
I've
See,
had enough of it for today.
like sharing the stories of like the things that I got from him, like the color of my mom's favorite color of her shirt or whatever, and basically all the details, all these details I got from him.
Midway through this, probably gonna hear snoring because Scabbard's very tired.
Damn.
Damn, dude.
Jesus, that bad of a day, huh? So, everybody gonna go get dinner? I'm assuming. So, you get up to go get dinner. Watch you go. Do you slam the door open or just casually open the door?
Probably casually at this point.
Yep.
Put the book away.
You're going to go get dinner too? Augie?
Augie will head down to get dinner.
So, you're laying there snoring, and you suddenly feel yourself weightless, and it startles you awake, and you're being... The scruff of your armor, you're being carried by your partner in crime. The cat's carried you downstairs.
Alright.
By your scruff, essentially.
So if the cat's invisible in doing this, is Scav basically just
Floating.
a puppet?
Yeah. And you're coming to, and you're just kind of... Your feet are dragging on the ground as it's trying to carry you.
Yeah, no, he's actually a little bit bigger than me. Just a tiny bit. I'm only like 2 feet tall.
So yeah, Nikolai's going to be talking your ear off there, Augie, about what he found out about his parents.
You just did the usual,
No, she pretends to be interested because she does like her little brothers. Oh, wonderful. Uh-huh. Yeah, that's great. Mm-hmm.
All right. So you guys eventually get downstairs.
Where's Cayenne?
She's doing druid stuff, I guess. I think she went to her circle or whatever.
Did you not come back from dropping off the egg?
The last time she was at her circle, she was gone for a full day and a half.
And he's still being suspended in the air, weightless.
Can you put me
Wait,
down,
you can
please?
fly?
No, I'm.
He has a cat.
Feisty's holding me right
Oh,
now.
shit.
Can you put me down, please?
I snuggle
Feisty,
up really
sets
close
you
to
down.
Augie.
I pat them. A little
The
bit.
furthest away I can
They're
from the big
invisible.
cat.
You're like trying to. Like,
I would assume I could probably tell where they were based on how they were holding. But
so, instead of doing like the usual spot, you probably go to Cayenne's spot, which is outside, and you go to get comfy, and the cat flops down behind you and lets you use him as a leaning, comfy seat.
you're not so bad after all.
And
I'm gonna give you this though. I'm gonna put the cloak on there, and it's gonna be Scabbard's cloak, his very special cloak. Please be careful with this. I'm gonna let you have it.
it raises an eyebrow very cautiously. But it gets comfy, and the one of the maids comes over, barmaids comes over, and she just looks at you, and it's a wood elf, and she's like, "Drinks, food."
Yes.
Indeed.
Drinks and snacks.
Snacks for you. Okay.
Something very light for myself and my little pet here.
Yeah. What does it drink?
Just water. Water's fine. For me as well.
All right. 2 waters. Dragonborn, you?
Mead.
Okay. Quality.
Full-bodied, hoppy, bitter.
Okay. Tabaxi.
Same.
Same. Okay. Mouse folk.
Yes.
What would you like to drink?
I guess what they're having.
Okay. They head off and eventually
Make a small one for him.
they eventually come back, and it's a mage hand holding the actual tray. They set down a mug in front of you, and it's really frothy, and it just the smell of honey is rolling off of it. Sets one down in front of you, your sized. Sets one down in front of you that's like basically a thimble.
Shot glass with a handle.
Yeah. It sets down a glass of water in front of you. And sets down a bowl of water for Feisty. And Feisty looks over at the gets up a bit, looks at your drink, Augie, and takes a lick of it.
Go ahead and pull him back. No, that's actually really bad.
And sits back down.
No. She's going to, rub the cat's nose, just very gently. Did you ask?
It looks at you and nods.
Did you ask me?
Looks at you. Looks at Scabbard.
You did ask, buddy.
It doesn't understand this concept.
I will try to teach it and explain this concept.
Roll an animal handling.
Hey, that's okay.
You actually made a roll.
Yes. I don't know what to do with this. I didn't think you'd get this far.
Wait.
You figured your last interaction with the cat would be combat to the death, huh?
24.
So
24.
You begin to explain this to this very aggressive companion of yours, but it seems to understand, and it kind of gestures with its paw, like motion if it can have a sip of your drink.
He'll add some mead to its water bowl.
It flops down, wraps its arms around the bowl, and just starts enjoying the mead and water mix. You're jumping right back in. We're joining the party as you're sitting on the porch of the tavern, listening to the melodies of a very horrible bard inside, which sounds like a dying tabaxi, while the rain
I felt called out.
While it rains gently outside of the overhang. Drinks in hand, food soon to be delivered. table is yours to discuss things.
Hey, Nikolai.
What?
Do you happen to know anyone at the Tinkerers Guild who could fix the old ballista?
Well,
There's
I
not
did
much
promise that
left
one
of
guy.
it.
I did promise that one guy to fix the one that he had in the storage. So I got to do that.
Sounds easy enough.
Yeah, it's mostly there. It just needs minor repairs.
I know I had something.
No, magic ain't gonna do it. Magic ain't gonna do it. There's stuff missing. We can help, definitely. If you want?
There's definitely something I would like to have Agi do once she gets her new tools that apparently she commissioned.
Wait, you need new tools?
She said if food.
Oh.
She said she went to Chrome last night.
Today.
Earlier today. And apparently had some new tools being made. So I asked if she wanted to test out her new tools when she gets them to make some modifications to the spear and turn it into a halberd.
Oh,
Jealous of Cayenne's?
Not really.
take a couple hours, right?
I don't believe you.
Kaya nearly decapitated a bullet with a halberd, and then proceeded to turn it into a colony of nature.
Yeah, it's pretty on brand.
Yeah, she does some weird stuff.
Definitely.
So, carries on. Eventually, the barmaid comes back, sits down a slew of food, and it's so you're just sitting there, and it's just like a sampler platter of barbecue. And she's like, "Yeah, our local, I know a merchant came through, and they offered to actually cook the food for today only, and it's a specialty of theirs. It's barbecue,
Ooh.
Orkish barbecue, as they call it."
I was thinking this tasted familiar.
There's some there's a big pile of brisket. There's some chicken there. There's some turkey wings. There's a few spare ribs there. There's
Nice
actually
little sampler, huh?
there's in the middle there is actually some stewed and collard greens of various kinds. There's some actual bread you've never seen before. It's kind of yellow and grainy. And it smells of honey. And then there's another one that smells a little bit spicy too. And then there's also a couple of sausage links as well, of various different shades.
Take a little bit of everything. Like literally a little bit.
Any jerky?
No jerky. Feisty reaches over and just grabs a sausage link and just drags it over.
I'll go on. What do we say about asking?
Feisty looks at you and then looks at Nikolai, how Nikolai just grabbed food.
Fair enough. Just make sure you ask first, though.
And these sausages are about like that big. They're like, the prices will be a little bit higher on your tab due to the specialized nature of this food, but this is a rare occasion.
How much?
Yeah, a 25% increase.
So
What's the
instead of
grand
2
total?
silver, probably about almost a single gold, huh?
It's about about 10 gold a day, essentially. Now you can ask Augie.
My apologies for being late. Dinner came a little bit later than expected.
Wait, so why do you need new tools, Augie? What happened?
Well, you see, I had to repair a piece of my armor and did so at the special place. Apparently we're not supposed to talk about it. But,
You talk about your bathroom habits all the time.
different special place.
Oh.
But, While there, as I was working on my armor, there was another student who was very, very interested in what I was doing. And so, because of their interest, and because they helped in making sure my armor was up to spec, I gave them my tool set.
That was awfully nice of you.
My gesture returns in one form or another later, so I thought, may as well.
So, Augie, that you missed it, there is a full sample platter of barbecue.
Oh.
Brisket, sausage links, cornbread, ribs.
She is tearing through it. She is tearing through it.
Can a dragonborn get the meat sweats?
We gotta find out.
Do dragonborn sweat?
No, they can't. Lizards can't sweat.
So she gets the meat pants?
Ew.
Ha!
We're eating here.
So the night carries on. Eventually another bard takes the stage. A lot better performance. No sign of Coin tonight, even though she's usually a local to perform daily. And eventually the rain comes down a bit harder. And as you guys converse about your days, the night eventually, starts to beckon you, and you can head up to your rooms and call it a night. And the next morning comes, and you wake up with a barbecue hangover, essentially.
Before we crash out, I take the bed out of the bathroom.
Oh no, before you even get to the bed, Feisty's laying on it.
Fuck's sakes.
Should have gone before.
In the bathroom? Why do we...
I'm going to help Mongo move the bed back to the other room.
I will help as well.
Okay.
My responsibility.
So you guys manage to wrangle this cat and the bed back to where it belongs. But the cat just flops over on it, dead weight, but leaves room for people to actually play on the bed too.
So I'm going to try and teach Feisty that this is where he needs to sleep, over next to where the area is in that little cage space. But I'm going to... I think I already opened it up to make it a little bit more comfortable for him.
Go ahead and roll an animal handling.
You are done for the night.
That was probably a 1.
No, but it was pretty bad. 8.
That sounds like a die that needs a blender.
God.
You go to actually explain this to Feisty, and you kind of slur your words and just decide to go over to the bed and flop over, and you just hear snoring instantly.
I'm using Feisty as a pillow.
No, he's not.
Yeah.
The three of us are not. I'll share with Feisty, but that's where I draw the fucking line.
That's where I draw the line.
I'm already snoring.
Then he's getting dragged to his spot.
Just mage hand him over there.
I think he weighs probably more than that.
15 pounds.
Oh, just...
If you guys work together, you can mage hand him. You get half, I'll get the other half.
I guess that would work.
Yeah. So the next morning actually comes. It's overcast outside. And what are you guys doing?
The boys find the bathroom door locked when they wake up.
You have to use the public facilities downstairs.
It's fine by me.
I wouldn't have that much of a morning routine anyways.
I'll take Feisty with me. This is probably going to go very horribly, but I'm going to go ahead and teach him the concept of a bath.
Augie, what are you doing?
Why would you do this to yourself?
She's taking a good long bath, as her morning ritual tends to be.
All right. And oddly, Kyan is still not present, but you assume she's at the Druid Enclave. What are you doing, Manga?
Well, since that one and Feisty have left,
Lay on the bed and spread out. The bed is nice and warm for Feisty.
making sure there's no damage to it, making sure it's clean, and then just
sleep in for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
What
and then when you get up, put it away someplace else, right?
What are you doing, Nikolai?
I'll probably head over to the Tinker's Guild because I promised that one guy to work on that ballista that he wanted to be repaired. I got to do that.
And you head off to give Feisty a bath. Feisty follows you and goes into the shared bathhouse. And a few people look over at you like, what the fuck? At this whole notion.
I don't know how you handle water, Feisty, but we gotta go ahead and try and work with this. It's good for you.
As you kind of mention that, Feisty just cannonballs into the water and just starts paddling around.
Well, that makes things easier. I'll hop in with... I'll take a bath, make sure Feisty's clean, get out. Bring him with. And I'm gonna see if there's anyone in the town who might be able to help me a little bit more with training Feisty.
Alright, you start wandering the town, and you can do an investigation. Actually, do a couple of investigations as you wander the streets.
Modify 20 for the first. How many did you want me to take?
A couple.
Natural 20 for the second.
Much better rolls.
So modify 20, natural 20. 18.
18. You wander around a little bit, and eventually you go to more of the farmlands. They're open, and you see this massive figure standing there with a cloak, and it's kind of a green cloak, and it's kind of like a call out to you, like, oh, possibly a ranger. And they have this massive two-handed sword. And it's not even sheathed, they just have it at their side. And you see this massive, dire black bear next to him in full plate armor.
That is extremely intimidating. I'll partially keep my distance. Are you a ranger?
This female Goliath turns around and she looks at you, and she's pale and she has various scars here and there, and her leather armor looks like it's seen many different combats. And she grinds her sword a little bit, and she's like, yeah? Who's fucking asking?
Someone that obviously doesn't know what the hell they're doing.
Let me guess, you're a ranger and you're also an idiot.
Well,
but
yes.
An idiot can be educated.
I am looking for someone that could probably help me learn how to do this better and train better, and yes.
So they look at you and they kind of look you up and down, and they're very stoic in their look at you, and they look at what you have with you. They're like, you have a displacer beast kitten with you. I'm not going to ask how you acquired that. You have a very long road ahead of you.
I was afraid you'd say that, but...
They're exotic and tend to come from the Feywild and tend to be rather wild-tempered.
Yeah, I've noticed.
Last person I knew that came across the displacer beast tried to tame it, didn't wake up in the middle of the night.
That definitely doesn't sound that pleasant, but so far, I'm still alive, mostly.
They walk over and they kind of reach in their side pouch and stab the sword into the ground because they're most doing it with one hand and take out some food you've never seen before. It's kind of like a pale color, almost smells of berries. And they walk over to the displacer beast and offer it. And Feisty moves over and just kind of sniffs it and starts chewing on it, and they scratch Feisty. And they kind of examine Feisty a little bit. They're like, well, she likes this meat.
What kind of meat is that?
It's rare. It's unicorn.
Oh. Very rare. I don't suppose that's something that's pretty easy to come across.
No, it's not. I got lucky.
Right.
I was
berries, huh?
I was traveling amongst the Feywild with a few companions of mine and the Hunters Guild, and we came across a dragon and a unicorn fighting. Unfortunately, they killed each other, and we harvested the resources that we needed from them.
Sounds like you were very lucky in that very specific event.
One of my companions now has a spear with a unicorn horn.
Alright.
Well, alright then.
Too many details shared, but it's okay. So, you're trying to companion this.
Yeah, they've been appropriately named Feisty, but I go over and pet them. So far, they're alright.
You have to understand the temperament of your companion and lean into the temperament of the companion. If they're feisty to you, be feisty back. That's how they work. And this bear is just standing there, just glaring at both of you. And its paws are absolutely massive. And you can see just basically these short swords of claws on this thing.
Terrifying.
And the bear itself has scars, and its armor is just riddled with scratches and scrapes and dents. And
oh my.
I have no idea what I'm doing.
Well, I just gave you some free advice. But as a ranger to a fellow ranger, is there a profession you were looking at going into?
Well, I've always been pretty decent at hunting pests and such, and apparently dealing with fairly weird monsters.
So you're a monster hunter.
Of sorts.
I hunt monsters as well. I was once killed by a beholder, but I was resurrected, and then I proceeded to kill the beholder in return.
What?
Being disintegrated is a very bad day.
That definitely sounds very unpleasant. I'd like to avoid that.
There's a legend floating around of someone that survived a beholder attack. I heard it from a bard. They traveled the lands. This person was apparently disintegrated by a beholder, and according to the lore, they were only half as tall.
I knew that's where you were going.
Who knows if the fable is actually true or not.
I'll dare you. Oh, I can feel the salt.
I knew that's where I was going.
Yeah, I had a feeling that's where it was going.
Beholders, steer clear of them.
Duly noted.
So, are you looking to be a monster slayer?
Possibly, yes. That seems to be what I'm good at.
Feisty, as you're standing there and you're talking back and forth, Feisty's nodding. Likes this prospect.
Oh, good. Feisty wants to kill.
First of all, I recommend you getting your little companion there some armor so they don't die.
Okay. It might be a... Do I have many tools for that?
Scav's gonna make sad armor for the cat.
Why do I just see random shit duct taped to Kitty?
Steal a sign from... steal a random sign from the town. Just roughly shape it into a shoulder pauldron.
Armor. Noted.
And here I am, all I'm hearing is, "Hey, Augie, can you build this for me?"
No. Can I commission armor for a kitten that can be grown into? They're like, so, if you're going to be a monster hunter, I can give you some pointers today.
Definitely.
Okay. So you're going to spend the day with the...
I'll spend the day, see what I can learn. Maybe learn some new tricks. Possibly a new spell if they know any that they could teach something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would definitely spend the whole day with this. And whatever time is left over, I would see if I can't find some sort of very basic leather armor for Feisty.
Some very basic armor for Spicy. Oh, you have like nothing. Okay. So, you're gonna work for the day. I want you to roll 4 Constitution checks and 4 Wisdom checks. I know that's a mound of rolls, but
I'm gonna need to write this down, so I'll flip the notepad.
oh no, math is enemy.
Numbers!
You come across the door, it's all math equations.
Fucking hell.
It starts with algebra and goes all the way up to
Of course, there's
Quantum
algebra.
physics.
physics.
You said 4 constitutions?
4 Constitution, 4 Wisdom. Augie, what are you doing?
After finishing her bath, she's gonna go down and get some breakfast. And then check in with Crumb, ask him how long it's going to be to fill her order.
Crumb is still in the process of building it, and he's like, he looks at you, he's like, 2 more days.
Brilliant. Then I guess she has two days of free time.
Yep. Where would you like to go?
Tap down on what I can do at the Fighters Guild, so...
There's a slew of activities going on in the town right now because of the weekend festivities and whatnot.
Okay.
Let's check out the festivities.
Okay. You head back down to the market and merchant area, and they even lead outside the front gates. You can see more guards actually posted there because it spills out. And they're constantly checking people coming and going. They stop you briefly to check and see, check you over and make sure you're not anybody of questionable nature. But you head outside and there's actually like a small carnival set up. And the so-called mafia boss has departed.
Oh! Like, departed. Not just left the city. Straight up departed.
Left the city, went somewhere else, yes.
Okay.
But there's almost like an entire carnival out there.
Oh, yeah.
You can see like the kids, the familiar 2 little dragonborn are playing amongst things, and they haven't something else that they've absconded with.
They've stolen somebody else's shiny thing.
Yep. And you see two Tabaxis trying to play a game with another Tabaxi. And it's a tinkered system where there's a set of colored mirrors that go up. And they pull different levers, and it's moving a red dot around. And the point of the entire game is for them to catch the red dot to win a prize.
Brilliant. Well, she's going to order some mead and just watch for a minute, take in the scenery, and try to see if she can catch any gossip or any, like, significant news.
All right. Go ahead and do an investigation.
That is a 16.
16. You do pick up a few things of there is some gossip regarding what happened to the bandit outpost, and then you hear some rumors about what actually happened in the mines, but not much. The most interesting thing you see is there is a dragonborn, and he's only wearing leathers. He's not wearing chainmail. And he's just kind of meandering around, and he's just pitch black. His scales are black. His eyes are like a silver. And he has a dragonborn with him that seems to be like a child of his.
Not one of the two kids that were playing before, I take it.
Right. You can see a few gnomish kids running around, a few elf kids running around. Well, they're more sauntering around because they're high elves. And kind of showing how much coin they have. And they have a few escorts with them that look like hired mercenaries, essentially.
Mm.
Outside that, you see various villagers there going about their business, talking, enjoying the festivities.
Fantastic. Well, what? Sorry, I don't think I caught it if you said something particular about them. The Black Dragonborn and their kid, are they saying anything significant?
It's really nothing too significant, but you know about other Dragonborn and how they are. Oddly enough, this dark Dragonborn is rather soft-spoken with their kid and encouraging about things. And they're over at the test your strength mallet thing. And they're helping, and the little kid goes up and hits it with a hammer and it barely budges, and the dad gets down and holds it with them, and they hit it and it goes up a lot higher, and you see the kid all excited and happy.
Brilliant. That sounds like a good time. I am also going to test my metal, as it were.
You head over there, and it's this really, really slender human, and they're like, apparently today is the day where I accumulate Dragonborn. Sorry for the racial discrimination there. What is your name?
Oh, no. Fine. Ogdresh Silky. And, you want me to use that little mallet?
Yes, please. I will assure you, per Elven culture, this game is not fixed. It is a very straightforward game. If you win, you win. There are no tricks.
It means there's tricks.
All right. Well, go ahead. Let's have a try here.
All right. They hand you the mallet. It's a wooden mallet, and the head of it is actually a nice solid metal, but it's actually padded so it doesn't damage anything.
A metal mallet. Okay. I'm gonna take a look at the mallet.
All right, go ahead and do investigation.
Fantastic. That's going to be a 13. Can I tell if there's anything inky about this mallet?
You take it, and they let you examine it thoroughly, test every part of it, examine it. The mallet itself, you can tell from your, you can actually add your blacksmithing to it.
Oh, fantastic. And that is another 4? So that's 17?
Yeah. You can tell that there's nothing suspicious about this mallet. You look over it, you examine it. It's a legitimate mallet. It's just there is a wrap on the metal, the head of it, so it doesn't actually just cause damage. You assume it might slightly hinder performance on it, but you understand the reasoning behind it.
Well, she is going to take a spinning whack at it and a little bit of a tumble and try to land the mallet with as much force as she can on the paddle.
All right, roll in athletics. Your day is going swimmingly. You try to understand what this person is, and you misinterpret one of them, and you smack Feisty right across the hind section. Immediately, Feisty turns around and catches you right across the face with a full paw.
Okay, I may have deserved that.
That's 9 points of damage.
Damn, that hurt. Ooh.
Can you say that he made a faux pas?
Yeah. And you're just standing there, just agonizing pain as your face starts bleeding and throbbing.
I have nothing to throw at you that can't cause damage.
All right, Augie, what'd you roll?
24.
24? You do this and you hit it, and you see it go up, and it goes all the way up to the 24. And it comes back down, and you see it goes up to 50.
Just cross her arms. Grumble.
The human looks like, not bad.
Oh, and you can do better?
Oh, definitely not. I'm just a feeble little human. The most I've hitten is a 12.
I'll be going then. She just walks off,
wait,
feeling a little sheepish.
Hold on. They give you a little looks like a little round ball of something like Nikolai would have, and they're like, apparently Tinkers call it a stress ball.
She squishes it. Oh!
And it looks like a almost like a round little shaped goblin, and when you squeeze it, the eyes pop out.
Oh, this is brilliant. And she's just walking off playing with her stress ball.
And it makes a little eat sound as you squeeze it. He has a new toy. You can add that to your inventory.
Leave it to the fighter.
Yay!
Impressed by a little squishy ball.
The ranger comes over to you, puts a hand on your head, and the wounds just close across your face as you're fully healed. I don't recommend you smack your familiar on the ass.
Yeah, that was a mistake. I missed.
But the rest of the training, you start to pick up on it and understanding the role of how to work with Feisty. And you start actually coinciding with Feisty. you see the nature of feisty is very feisty, but if you lean into that and are feisty back, it's almost like a fighter camaraderie with the familiar. You bullshit back and forth, but that's how it works with this familiar.
Okay.
It's not a lovey-dovey type of thing until it's time to just stop for the night. Up until that point, there's just bullshittery and shenanigans.
All right.
So the things that feisty, when they smack you, they expect it in some kind of like return. It's just kind of like camaraderie. Boy, the rest of the party's going to be confused when they see this going on. So you just continue to wander around the actual carnival?
Yeah.
Yeah, you actually see one of the rides, and it's like this big, giant, like, wagon wheel. And people can go up on it and be strapped into place, and there's this giant ogre, and they just grab it, and they just spin it. But outside of that, it's your usual fire breather here, a person swallowing swords, and people doing various tricks and things, and you see someone actually performing with cards as well.
Oh, I suppose I'll have to bring Mongo here.
What are you doing, Mongo?
He'll finally get up.
One eternity later, Mongo rises from his slumber. You wake up, and your fur is sticking up in all sorts of different directions, but the sleep was worth it.
Start grooming.
Probably the stomach woke you up.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you're grooming, the stomach, and you feel it doesn't just feel, you don't just feel it in your stomach, you feel it in your chest too.
Oh, definitely gonna go get some breakfast
or lunch at this time, whatever it is.
brunch.
Yeah, you head downstairs. They're serving brunch, and the barmaid looks at you and says, "I know what to get you." And they come back. They set down a drink, and they set down a. It's basically fried fish, and some actual like. It has, you can smell lemon on it, and you can see like there's sliced potatoes with it.
Oh, that's perfect.
And you take a sip of the drink, and it's basically a very creamy, almost milkshake consistency White Russian.
Yummy.
That'll do.
That'll do.
Yeah, he'll go through that.
Yeah, it's a large piece of fish too.
Wow.
Yeah, once he... Yeah, that's basically how Mongo was sleeping.
Get comfortable there, cheddar cheese.
There's one thing you can count on: Cheddar will be comfy.
Yep.
Once he's done, he'll probably head out the door and try to figure out what he's going to do.
All right. You head out the door, and you can see that down the way towards the actual entrance of the town, there's still the market going on, and you can hear music from that direction, and the carnival that's going on outside the wall. All sorts of festivities, and you see a couple of people like with little trinkets here and there wandering up and down the road, talking about it. You see some of them eating some sort of like popped material that you can smell. It's a little bit sweet, some of it a little bit salty. A few of them have various cups of mead as well. And Mongo's like, what do I do?
Yep.
Nicola, you do eventually get some breakfast, head over to the Tinker's Guild.
Mm-hmm.
Do a quick investigation for me.
Okay. Failing, which is good rolls sometimes. 24.
24. As you're leaving the room, you're thinking about something quick and easy to eat, and you kind of sniff the air,
Mm-hmm.
and you go over and you see this giant bag, and you climb up it real quick, and you see it's filled to the brim with jerky, and you just grab a piece of jerky.
Yeah, it'll work.
And
Definitely.
you stuff it mostly in your backpack, and you break a piece off, and you're just chewing on it, and it's just sticking out of your backpack like a surfboard.
Yeah, I'm going to be working all day, so yeah.
And it's absolutely delicious.
Good stuff.
It's slightly tender, very well seasoned. You pick up a little bit of peppercorn, a little bit of cinnamon,
Fuck, I want some jerky.
a little bit of cayenne, a little bit of brown sugar.
Tastes like his sister?
Wow.
I was just horsing around. Come on.
Shut up.
But yeah,
I mean, if it would behoove you,
Stop.
so you head over to the Tinker's
Yeah,
Guild.
head over to the Tinker's Guild. I'm looking for... I'm trying to remember what his name was. I think I got it written down someplace.
But you're kind of weaving in and out of people, and you do see people going about their business, and you do hear the festivities of some sort of festival going on as well.
If there's a small person I go by, I'll stop him, ask him what's going on. But other than that, I've got a promise to keep. So
yeah, ironically, you're going by and you see this. She's wearing robes and she's doesn't actually have a pointy hat on. And you stop her and she looks like a rabbit and she's like, going on over there?
yeah, what's going on?
A festival actually.
Festival what?
It's the monthly festival. Like Carnival actually came in.
They have a festival every month.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
I stop in here. I enjoy some of the unique goods. It rotates monthly on what they have. Last month was all these different kinds of pastries, and they were related to. You might really enjoy it. Cheese.
Cheese is good, yeah.
They even had like this stuff that they refer to as frozen custard cheese.
Huh. Interesting. Huh. Thank you.
Okay, and they head off in the direction of the festival.
Yeah. Yeah. Continue on. Get to the guild. I can't find the name of the guy.
Oh, it's totally up to you to remember the name. I'm not giving it to you.
Yeah.
While you're looking for that, Augie, what are you up to? Surprise!
Free to check with the other folks, because she's honestly just checking out the carnival.
Oh yeah, there's all sorts of activities going on, as I mentioned before. You do see actually a high elf, and she's actually doing fire breathing, and she has really short hair.
Really short hair.
For a high elf,
Does it look singed?
No, actually it doesn't. It's almost kind of in like a mohawk style.
Interesting.
Punk rock high elf?
And she rejected her own kind of culture of being all high and snooty. And you see her just doing fire breathing, and she actually gets the fire and just swallows it whole. And then just presents it. A bunch of people cheering, leave her a couple of coins, a couple of copper here.
Mm-hmm.
And you kind of hear music from the other side of the carnival, and you see that orc bard is there, and they're performing. And you see behind them, oddly enough, a cart. It's almost like a double wide cart. And you see a sign hanging outside of it that says, Stop and Go Tavern.
I was almost hoping it was the barbecue pit that we raided yesterday.
I want more barbecue.
Well, no, because she was gonna make a joke to the bard after he was finished performing. So, hey, is your wife around?
You got any more of that barbecue in there?
But yeah, just sit, enjoy the festivities, wait for food to settle a little bit.
Oh yeah, there's plenty
Wait
of
for drinks
festivities
to
going on.
settle a little bit.
A kid goes by and they have a cone of something in their hands. They're holding it with both hands, and it's just like this pink fluffy stuff that is as tall as they are, and they're taking bites out of it, and you can tell they're hopped up on sugar. Their little feet are going very much pitter patter.
But after she's let things settle a little bit, is there... You said there was the ogre that's spinning people on wagon wheels. But is there the... What the hell is the machine called? The one where it's like 10 people strapped inside a wheel?
Oh, that's basically what it is with the ogre.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that is what that was. Okay,
yeah, that's what I got.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's going for that.
Yeah, the ogre watches you come over, and he's like, 5 copper and you can have a ride.
Toss him 5 copper.
And there's a small container, and you toss 5 copper into it. A bunch of, like, a few other people go in there, and a moon elf goes in and straps you all in, gets out, secures the door, and the ogre starts spinning it, and it gets faster and faster, and you can feel yourself sinking against the actual wall of the wagon wheel.
She throws her arms up just screaming, "Woo!"
Roll a con check? See if you throw up.
Oh, that would be terrible.
In that situation, yes.
You know,
that's a 12.
A 12? You feel it starting to come up a little bit, but you grab your own snout against the gravitational pull and swallow it back down.
Swallow it back down, just go immediately back to screaming.
After about, 5-10 minutes, they bring it to a stop.
10-minute ride? Holy crap! Jeez.
First, she's gonna wait for the world to stop spinning.
For about a day?
And face plant.
A kid walks over and stands out of your back. I win! And then quickly runs off. Wow. So, did you find the name?
Didn't find the name, but I'll play along. So
yeah, the one gnome. She's there.
Audrey.
Yep, Audrey. She's hanging out.
Hey, Audrey.
She looks at you. Hello, Nikolai.
Hey. So.
Your order's been processed.
Yeah.
The coin is ready.
Oh, cool.
She sets down She sets it down and it just lets one plink out on there, and you can see it's 10 gold pieces.
That's it.
Well, it wasn't in the greatest of shape.
Yeah.
And
yeah, Cayenne did something with her like druid staff that like made it disappear and turned it into like a tree and mushrooms and stuff.
Okay.
It was weird.
That doesn't sound normal, but okay.
So I don't remember his name, but he was here a few nights ago when I brought my brother here and we worked on his like ballista thing, and he wanted me to fix his ballista that he had stored away in the closet or the warehouse. Do you know which one it is and who it is? Is he here?
He is not currently here. He's taken things with him because he was recalled back home for a while.
Oh. So it's not in the warehouse no more?
No.
Oh. Well, what was his name?
Shit. She's gonna look through her book. Let me bring up my notes.
Anyways, I'll make a note for him and I'll tell him. You basically tell him that I intend to keep my promise. Just let me know.
I don't remember his name either. And some
Cheddar,
of my
that's
notes.
metal. You're gonna hurt your tooth.
I will get that to you because
Okay.
I can't find it in my own notes.
So yeah, if you could just leave a note for me.
She's like, yeah, sure. I would have to check the books, find out who it is. We have it documented.
Okay.
And I can leave a note for him.
Okay.
She takes out a scroll. She's like, what would you like the note to say?
That I am finally able to help, and you weren't here. So let me know. I'll help.
She writes this down. Nikolai. Yes, and she times it and everything like that.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
So, but I don't know how much longer we're going to be here. Do you expect him back soon?
Like I said, he was called back home. It was something urgent, so I'm not sure what it would be.
Okay. Well, yeah. Again, just put in there. Thanks for the help. It worked. We were able to defeat the problem with the bandits. It was fantastic.
There's a lot of rumors going around regarding your big issue with the bandits.
What are they?
Some of the other gnomes would be envious of your big explosions.
That was awesome.
She nods a bit at this, and she's like, from what I'm hearing going around, yes. There is a certain praise and discourse regarding your adventure out into the forest against bandits.
Yeah. It took down the whole entire building they had built out there. It took 2 blasts, but it did it. I guess now there's a big tree there.
Yes!
That's another one of my sister's weird things she does. I don't get it.
Your sister seems like a very special person.
Special is a word, yes.
She's big too.
Yeah, that's true. So, anyways.
But not round.
No.
Big.
Oh, have you ever heard of the raccoon or the bandit? He's a raccoon guy.
We don't discuss him.
Oh no.
He's been disavowed from the guild.
Why?
I don't want to go into the details.
Well, I might have to ask you to give me some details because he knows my parents. And
okay.
He did something in that little people's guild, like speakeasy, you know. I told you about it earlier.
I'm gonna act like I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. And he ended up killing himself, but then he was a ghost-like thing.
Yes, that's one of the reasons why he was disavowed.
Okay.
Because, to be honest, in Gnomish terms, he's batshit fucking insane.
Yes, when he was his physical self, his brain was gone.
I will put this in terms that a fellow tinker can understand. He's batshit insane, period.
Well, once he became not corporeal, he was like normal.
Careful with making friends with him, because the last time he was incorporeal, he started dissecting people to figure out if they could be tinkered.
All right. That's nice to know. But he told me all this stuff about my parents.
Well,
he knew them. It was awesome.
Hopefully he didn't tinker on them. I hope you find your parents.
Yes. He said they went on to the capital city.
Oh, maybe you might find them there.
I hope so. So,
I recommend that you follow the breadcrumbs,
travel
to the outpost, check each
outpost, huh?
Check on each route along the way.
He said he had like a traveling shop. Does that make any sense?
It actually makes perfect sense. Much more experienced takers enlist. They're a new type of tinker. They mix a lot of arcane into tinkering, and we're still trying to classify it, but they're wizards and tinkers.
Oh, interesting.
And you can commission for a rather high amount of coin, as they call it, a traveling shop. I've seen a few of these in person, and essentially think of it as like a, your toolbox?
Yeah.
A toolbox that unfolds into a full shop.
Oh, wow, that's cool. That would be so awesome.
But,
so my toolbox does have my tools. My toolbox would have my shop. That has my toolbox. That has my tools. That's so cool.
Yes, but it's a newer process, and it's still being refined.
Okay.
In that sense, the fact that it's being refined, I recall hearing from another tinker that they had commissioned one, paid it in full, got it, and it proceeded to eat them.
Wow.
New techniques and mixtures of things are to be cautioned with. Much caution.
Okay. So, I've heard it said before by a friend I had a long time ago that gnomes know other gnomes.
Yes, we do.
Okay. So, do you know Cinnamon? Apparently, Cinnamon is who created the bandit. He said she read some type of scroll that made...
Come back in 2 hours and I might have information for you.
Okay. Yeah, so apparently this scroll made him what he is now. And now he needs a new body. And I told him I'd help him find one.
Don't.
Why?
Remember what I said earlier.
Oh. Okay.
I recommend you heed caution of your peers over non-sanctioned tinkerers. Heed the caution of your family as well.
I made a promise. He helped me. He gave me lots of information on my parents.
He may have given you a promise, but you don't know the kinds of things that he might do.
Well, all I told him was I would tell the wizard that if I find one that I know somebody who needs help getting a new body for him.
That's fine. That's where you leave it.
That's what I was going to do, yeah.
Okay, leave it at that.
Okay.
Be smart, Nikolai.
Okay.
Use that brain that you have. We know it's bigger than a pea.
Yeah, well, not much. I mean, my head's only like this big.
Depending on how
In
much
Nikolai hand size, that's this big, which is like about this big.
Yeah. So you spend the entire day going through this process. You've suffered many injuries, but at the end of the day, as the ranger leaves you with your thoughts and Feisty, you can hear their stomach grumble loudly, and your stomach grumbles just as loudly. And it's been raining off and on all day, and you've been laying under the tree, and Feisty looks at you and just, it's that look of like, I'm hungry.
Yeah, me too, buddy. Let's put something to the test. Going hunting.
You're gonna go hunting? Okay. Roll, well, you're gonna head out to the forest. You start to head out, and you have to head out to the front gates. Feisty kind of, walks along with you, and you get towards the front gate, and you can see the market stuff is still going on, and you see people going back and forth here and there. Then you see further outside the gate, there's actually some sort of festivities going on.
I'll go and get a little bit of like something small for Feisty and I to nibble on before we head out.
Just stop at one of the stalls?
Yeah.
Okay. You stop at one of the nearest stalls that you can find, and it's brightly colored. And you see a goblin there. And they're like, I've got a treat for you, fellow Smalley. And they hold up a handful of these wrapper things, and one of them falls down on the table and rolls. It's a treat.
Okay. That's polite. I'm curious. What is this?
1 copper for 5. 5 copper. Exchange of coin for exchange of goods. And they have a sign hanging there that's in a few different languages.
1 copper for 5. Fair enough.
They hand you a. They slide 5 of them over to you, and it's an assortment.
Try one of them.
You try one of them, and it's basically saltwater taffy, and it tastes like strawberry.
Why are you doing this to me?
It's very soft. It's chewy a little bit at first, and it gives way and just melts in your mouth, and that flavor just envelops your tongue.
Take a tiny little piece.
What?
Now I want it.
I'm gonna take a tiny little piece. Just a little one. See if Feisty likes it.
Feisty looks very confused.
See if you like it, buddy. I'll taste.
Takes it, looks very confused, makes all sorts of weird cat faces.
I leave it there. Let me get one.
Cheddar likes you.
Let me go ahead and get another one. I'll give him another proper piece.
So
Hi, Cheddar.
So you have 10 pieces.
Hi, Cheddar.
I guess 9 now.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Very confused cat over here.
So do you head towards the carnival?
Okay, bye.
You'll have to go through the actual carnival to get to the forest.
I guess I have no choice. Let's go in there.
So, Mongo, back to you. Sorry, it's been a while.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah. I figure it might take you a while to figure out what you're doing.
Yeah. I think I got an idea.
All right, what are you doing, bud? Pitter patter.
Yeah. Don't know what to do. Go back to the shop.
Poultry shop. You get there, and oddly enough, it says it's closed for the day.
Well, shit. Goes that idea. Guess I'll go check out the festival.
All right, you head down towards the festival, and you hear the music, and you see kids running back and forth. A bunch of town folks are here. Despite the fact that it's sprinkling and raining, they're still enjoying themselves.
Oh, I've got the hood up to avoid that shit.
Yep. And you get into the festivities, and you see like this big round circle and these various stalls set up, and you start wandering through it. Do an investigation for me.
7.
7. You're walking along, and your foot smacks into something. You nearly trip and fall. And you instantly start to curse and swear, and you look down, and you see your sister face down to the ground.
Nudge with foot.
You feel someone nudging you with a foot.
Woo!
Avoid the mouth. Keep
What?
nudging on the other side.
What? I'm awake. Oh, God.
Are you sure about
Please stay
that?
still.
You're seeing
No.
3 Mongos, which is terrifying.
Wait till I can actually
Okay,
do
what
that.
What have the 3 of you been up to? What trouble are you in now? Oh,
Oh God, you had that drink from the small piss and ball.
no drink. That thing's fun. And she's attempting to point at the...
You see her pointing it like it's just swaying, and you see this ogre there. Your eyes finally saw it. You see a few people go in. You see someone close up this giant, what looks like a giant wagon wheel. And you see the ogre start spinning it, and you hear people inside screaming and cheering, and you hear like, I think I'm gonna lose my lunch.
Fun. That sounds absolutely dreadful.
It's amazing. Oh, and she just holds her head for a minute. Oh, and finally gets to her feet a little wobbly.
I help as much as I can.
She holds. I'm pretty sure she puts her hand on your head and uses you as a cane.
But yeah, her question to you, Mongo, is, where have you been?
There's some very important things that I had to take care of.
Of course. Cat things. Wonderfully important. Yes.
I'm glad you understand. Naps are fucking important.
But yeah, you do find yourself into the carnival. If you want, you can do investigation.
Definitely.
But you guys can carry on to each other. Share comments back and forth, talk about things.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 15.
Are you okay? Can you stand?
You head into the carnival and you're kind of wandering around a little bit, and
Once the world stops spinning, I'm sure this.
you can see all the various
enjoyable
activities that I've described to
carnival.
going on. Off to that side, you can see a giant wheel spinning with the ogre spinning it, and you hear cheers and stuff from it.
Nope.
And then off in the other direction, across from it almost, you see a gnome with two Goliaths, and you see these two what look like insanely high beams going up into the air, and you see like this band coming down, and you see a couple like elves get onto it, and they're like they pay the coin, and they get strapped in by the gnome. Gnome's like hands them goggles, and they put on the goggles, and they get adjusted, and
I think I know what this is.
the Goliaths unlock it, and they churn it slightly, and you can see their muscles flexing as they do this, and they lock it back into place. And the gnome puts on goggles, and they're like, 3, 2s, and a 1s, and they pull a switch, and the rubber just launches them. And you hear them screaming as it goes launching, and then it just immediately launches back along the thing.
That's a hell no.
Oh, that's absolutely horrible.
When you hear this from the other side, you look over, Augie, and you see this, and it almost is like right over your head.
By the way, that's Scadford saying no. Me, I would fucking do it in a heartbeat.
You can choose to try and drag Mongo onto that.
No.
Alright, Mongo, you have to do one of them with me. That one? Or the spinny thing?
I was on the spinny thing with you. You don't remember?
Roll a bluff there, buddy.
You were not on the spinny thing with me.
You can roll an insight there.
Fuck.
With advantage. Because you know better.
That's a natural 20. I don't
Fuck
even
off!
think-
I got a modified 9.
Oh my god. Oh, you look at him and you give him that look that Cayenne gives him about his bullshit.
Fuck. Okay, fine. That's dreadful. Why would anybody want to fucking do that? Of course I'm trying to fucking weasel out of it.
The
You
hat
look at me
dude-
like that.
You hear the hat go, "Oof."
Oh, don't even tell me you want to fucking do this.
And he goes,
We really have to work on our communication. I don't know if that's a yes you do or no you don't. We're one for yes, 2 for no.
"Humph." And it tightens a little bit
So
around
is
your
that
head.
1 or 3?
Fucking traitor.
Oh, you just said it tightens around his head.
Yes.
So, do you want spinny thing or swingy thing?
Which way is Humphrey?
It doesn't point in the direction. It's on your head.
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
But yeah, do you just wander through?
I'm gonna see if they have any arrows available because I just realized I don't have any except for my exploding ones.
They would be for the carnival purposes, not for purchase.
Mm.
You'd have to go to the actual shop for that.
I'm assuming they're probably closed.
They're open, but remember, you don't have that discount.
No, he's in a different game.
If you can actually, as a ranger, probably make your own arrows out.
That's right. I do have a woodcarver's kit that I picked up that I trained with.
Derby.
I will attempt to do this for the first
So,
time.
do a nature for me, so you can go to nature. So, You're doing the launchy rubber band one?
I guess so.
You see a defeated Mongo walking in the direction of the rubber band one.
Yeah,
Arms hanging down for us, like, oh my god, I want to do that.
That's an 8.
An 8?
An 8.
Jesus.
I'm
mad.
Shit today. Here we go.
As you're doing that, your companion is looking around, watching what you're doing, and drops a few sticks in front of you. While they're not perfectly straight, you get that they're trying to help.
I'll pet and see which ones I can use and which ones I can't.
Okay, do an investigation.
Let me use this die this time because...
So you get over to it, and the gnome looks over at you and is like,
a decent roll.
2 new people to try the fun contraption. The Launchy Mudigi.
Launchy Mudigi. Oh, God.
So, brave testers, are you ready for your fun ride?
She does call us
We're ready.
testers.
And it's like a 5-section harness. They lock you in and they hand you goggles to put on.
She straps them on, pulls them tight, and she's feeding
The entire
for it.
little seat unit that you're in is vibrating from her. And you can hear the massive rubber bands vibrating along with it.
Augie, I don't think you've ever seen Augie this excited before.
I will haunt you if this goes wrong.
Do you put the
possibly
goggles
go
on?
wrong?
And
I go to put the goggles on. Humphrey just kind of jumps over.
yeah, and you get the goggles adjusted, and the cage locks, and you feel it
It's
just
weird.
and you just feel it just click, and it vibrates the whole thing. You guys can roll a con check.
I start making sure everything is fucking secured. I don't want to lose anything.
Roll a sleight of paw with
Let's
advantage. on it.
go.
With what?
13.
Fuck, that's cocked. Alright, I'll take that. Modified 20.
You start checking your pockets and everything. You start wanting to secure your pockets. You quickly take off Humphrey and stick everything that could be lost in Humphrey. Pull him back on, and you feel him tighten onto your head. And you're okay. I need you to roll a con check.
Oh, fuck. 16.
16? Yeah. And before you can even brace for it, this thing just launches, and your stomach, and you feel all your inside just compressed to the back of your body from the velocity of it. You can't even move from the seat because of how much force is being applied to you. The wind is blowing past you like a tornado. And you hit the front, and you're instantly yanked backwards. And you feel all your inside just slam to the front of your body. Instantly, and the force is pulling you opposite direction. Your arms are noodling. You're trying to pull them back, but you can't. He looks like an Ewok strapped to a rocket. And and when it goes back and it hits back, you feel your lunge come up, Augie, again.
Oh my god!
But before you can respond,
my
it's
computer.
instantly forced down your throat by the force as you're launched the opposite direction.
Oh, God.
And eventually the ride comes to a
God.
stop,
That hurt.
and they take the goggles from you, they unstrap you, and they let you out.
All fours. Just like, I'm finally back on the ground.
Are you just like a giant puffball of just fear? I picture that classic cartoon cat yowl the moment that it's slingshot went
Yep.
It's the Wilhelm scream, but as a cat.
Cat home?
Cat home. But yeah, that's the second time you've re-eaten your lunch.
Oh.
That's what we're calling it, okay?
Oh wait, no, the first one was your lunch, the third one was your dinner. You've had your 3-course meal for the day.
start to get up, compose myself. As soon as Augie kind of gets anywhere near me, right in the back of the knee.
You feel
No
this-
claws, but yeah.
It's like a fluff ball hitting you, very shaky. And you realize Mongo actually just punched you for once,
I have a +1.
but you're a fluff ball.
You little bastard.
Last fucking time that ever happens.
It was amazing.
Your
Come
investigation.
on.
It was a
Let's
24.
do it again.
Never.
You find quite a few that are actually usable in there. And you can store those away or start actually making them into arrows.
I'll work on the arrows, and whatever's left over, I'll actually keep because it could make for good kindling.
All right, go ahead and do your survival and add your tinkering or your toolkit to that, which I think is a +1. But yeah, where are you going?
I will tell Audrey I need to start working on my next machine. And if she knows what room is available.
Okay. She's like, there is a room. There's actually no rooms available. They're all taken. But if you go down to room 7, knock on it, there is someone actually that might share the room with you.
Okay, what's her name?
Her name is Gadriel.
Gadriel? Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
And that's how it's said, Gadriel.
Gadriel. Gadriel, right?
Yes.
Sounds like it's very important.
She's very peculiar about her name.
Gadriel.
Yes.
Okay, like tree, but with D.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
She's like, wait.
What?
She hands you, she reaches down and she grabs a bag. It's like a small little bag you can carry.
Uh-huh.
And she's like, give that to her.
Okay, thank you. So I head down to room number 7. Knock on the door.
You hear, like, what sounds like a bard playing music in there.
Mm-hmm.
But it's very off-key and warbled and distorted. And you hear like pitter-patters behind the door, and eventually someone comes over and opens the small door, and you see what this very well-groomed hamster with this apron on. And she looks at you and she's like, I didn't order delivery.
Are you Gadriel?
Yes, I am. And who are you?
I'm Nikolai.
Nikolai. Nice to meet your acquaintance, or what are you delivering to me?
Well, a couple things. Audrey told me that you might be willing to share your space because I need to work on some stuff, and she wanted me to give you this back.
She takes the bag, she opens it up. It's filled with sunflower seeds. She's like,
Please. My machine broke. I need to make a new one.
So you're an inferior tinkerer.
Well, I made this.
She looks at it. Passable.
I've just started.
She's like, come in.
Thank you.
Quickly!
Okay. What are you working on?
She pitter-patters, and she's like, behold, my machine.
Okay, I look at her machine. What is it?
You're just like, the irony that hits you, it's a giant hamster wheel. She's like, it's a mobile wheel.
I had one of those. That was what my machine was.
She's
It was
like,
so cool. It had
she's like-
flamethrowers.
she's like, there's a centrifuge, and it comes down, it hooks to the bottom, and I can sit in it, and it spins. I don't have to run in it.
I know. I made the same thing.
Oh my gosh, it's amazing, isn't it?
God.
I'm kind of mad at myself.
Why?
Because I totally forgot from last session, Nikolai made my bow.
Oh, it
and-
was only good for three rounds because it's magical. So
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. I was like,
Yeah, it's
oh.
already dissipated.
Good to know. I'm not a total moron.
it was DM's grace there to allow me to because I forgot it was on non-magical items.
Yeah. But yeah, she's super excited about it. She's like, and it's basically a giant hamster wheel big enough for her, and
Do you have big people that you travel with?
no, That's a safety hazard. That's preposterous. Why would I travel with big people when they can step on me? Or even worse, eat me. Mistake me for a bite-sized meal.
I know. Don't you hate that?
Yes, all the time.
My,
it's the worst.
Well, my big people are my family, except 2 of them tried to eat me when we were younger.
Sakes.
But they were summarily disciplined, and it hasn't happened since then. Obviously, because I'm here.
I was raised in the Temple of Bahamut.
Bahamut?
I grew up around Dragonborn. She punches you in the
My
arm.
My sister's a Dragonborn.
She punches you in the arm and just instantly stings.
Oh! Ow! Ow!
And she walks over and she grabs a wrench that's meant for a normal person and she hefts it onto her shoulder and starts walking over to the machine.
My sister's a Dragonborn.
She is?
Yeah.
Who does she worship?
I don't know.
You should ask her.
I will. I shall ask her that.
Tell her that Bahamut is a really good one.
Okay.
He's so graceful. He's awesome.
But anyways, the reason why I ask is because if you travel with big people, if you give them a little handle for their machine, they can pick you up and carry you.
I knew another one of my kind.
Mm-hmm.
Where what they refer to as ascended, and they tried to do that, and they got launched into I don't know, the ocean. They nearly drowned and died, and nearly eaten by a fish. Being eaten by a fish is worse than being eaten by a big person because then a fish drowns you too.
That would be terrible.
But they survived.
This person's charming.
They lived to tell the tale. Quite well, not their tale because we have. Yeah, you understand.
A little nubby has a tail. Like, what happened to your tail?
That's it.
You have a short tail? Wow. Okay.
You don't go around making fun of people's tails.
I'm not making fun. I didn't know that you only had a short tail.
That's rude.
I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to be rude.
You need to learn manners.
What? Okay. I'm sorry.
She gives you a look, hefts the wrench over, and just starts cranking on something, and it's just this massive fucking wrench. You're like, oh my god.
What? How is she so strong?
She grew up around Dragonborn.
It's a hamster with a terrifying strength score.
And she stops the wrench, and she goes over, and she starts a record. It's a record player, and the record's just wobbly, and it's just so off key, and the music is kind of even worse now that you're in the room.
Oh, that's what was making the terrible noise.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just, you're like, oh, wow, you could probably just deal with it.
He's chewing on the cable.
Reach over and take care of it. So, as you begin talking to her, and probably sharing plans, you're trying to keep up with her. She's like a million miles a freaking hour.
God.
It's like her normal is like Nikolai on coffee.
Don't give her the coffee bean. Don't give her the coffee bean.
Depends on how long we're working together.
Oh god.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, and I'll start working on my next machine.
Yep.
Hopefully I can get it fixed before the end of the day.
You see that she's actually like using this hefty metal plating for hers, and you can see like these spikes that retract out of the actual wheel for rolling and gripping purposes.
Or running people over.
Yeah.
That was a Modify 20 by the way.
Modify 20? Yeah, you take your time. You actually formulate some arrows out of the bundle. You've got 5 additional arrows, and it's getting much later into the day at this point. And your buddy over there is literally on their back, pawing at the sky, and they're just like, so hungry. You don't realize how much time you wasted.
Let's see if I can't find something very small. I'm gonna work with Feisty on this one, and
you'll have advantage. Back to you two. What are you doing now that you've been traumatized?
Again.
Again.
Do you drag Mongo back onto it?
What do you want to do next? Priority next.
Oh, neither of those.
Oh, what am I rolling on this, by the way?
Survival. You actually peek and you see something, and it just horrifies you. It's essentially a dunk tank, and it's a tabaxi.
That's just not okay.
Mongo, that one.
Never.
No, we're dunking them.
No.
Not you, unless they strap you to the chair.
That is absolutely never going to happen.
I'll miss on purpose.
You're fucking lying.
I will miss on purpose.
So do you drag Mongo over to the...
Come on. Let's see if we're dunking them or dunking you.
We're not dunking me.
You reluctantly walk over, Mongo?
You will be frozen to the tub.
Do you walk over too?
I'm not walking over. If I'm going over, it's because she made me.
You pick Mongo up and carry him.
Yeah, she's dragging. She is dragging you over there.
You're just...
Come on, it'll be fun.
You're being footballed, probably.
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
And the
This is
tabaxi looks
embarrassing.
over at you guys coming over. I know, the other person... You see a couple of kids leaving that were throwing the balls. And the tabaxi looks at you and says, "Huh? You gonna throw that fluff ball at me? What's it gonna do? Fluff me?"
Oh, he's
Come
got
on,
a
wish.
sharp
Appropriate
tongue.
phrasing.
Nothing else on him is sharp, though.
Hey,
The fuck did you just say to me?
hey, look,
Don't worry about it. It's part of the carnival.
Look, it's a glorified lizard folk.
Glorified. I'm goddamn regal. Thank you very much.
I've seen a pair of leather boots that are more fancy than you.
I've seen a fur coat that wears water better.
Oh, yes. Look how luxurious it makes me sheen, unlike your scales that look like dull mud.
I'm sorry, is matted fur an inn right now?
I don't know, look at that thing you're carrying.
The fuck did you just say?
This thing I'm carrying is at least, well, I don't have to worry about jumping from its ego to its IQ. It's not much of a leap.
Wait a minute. Is that an insult or a comment?
You can take that how you want, Mongo.
Well,
I'll have you remember that the only reason that we survived our last two little experiments, as the Tinker Boys would call them, is because of my fucking plans.
I can't tell. Is the ass speaking or the mouth speaking? It seems to only be a quarter the size of a normal tabaxi.
Well, you see, he's just got all that potential squished down into a much smaller size. So it's much more potent. Unlike you. Look where you are in your life right now.
I can smell his potency from here. I can't tell if it's a...
And she goes to the bar. Give me the balls.
Give me the balls.
Like
I'll pay for it.
The person working is like 5 copper, 1 per ball.
That was a 24, by the way.
Okay. You do hunt down a few squirrels.
Better than...
Roll your acrobatics or sleight of hand.
Hopefully they worked as ended squirrels.
Sleight of hand?
Yeah.
Oops.
There aren't any.
18.
18?
That's a modified 20.
Tell you
Another
what, here's a
modified
silver.
20.
A silver.
Because I only have 4.
Ooh.
Anything.
A 22.
Yeah, you dunk them several times. And they're like,
"Hey, Mongo, do you want this last one?" She hands Mongo the last ball.
"Come on, skunk boy."
I'm lining this bitch up. And then I'm looking around to see if there's any anti-magic or anything going around.
Oh, you gonna freeze the take?
Do an Arcana. Oh, your enemy enrolled.
24.
There is
Whoa.
on all of these stalls. There is anti-Arcana.
Motherfuckers.
Oh.
Every single one of them. You could just feel it like a ward of fuck off.
Fine. Do this the old-fashioned way.
Come on, Puss in Boots. We don't have all night.
Line it up. Give him the middle finger. Slide a paw.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently I used my luck on the Arcana.
7. He throws the ball, and it just whiffs over the top.
Bad throw, Mongo.
Yeah.
I had all the quips. I set him up for you, and now he's just...
If you could
I don't know if I want
Card.
to see you. I don't know
Roll
if I want to
performance.
sing with you right now.
Performance?
Yep.
That's a bit better. 23.
The card hits, but it doesn't trigger it. And then he looks, the Tabaxi looks, hey, fuck nuts, the card game's over there on that side. Why don't you go try your luck with that? Because obviously you can't throw your weight around what little there is. Looks like you're all fluff and no show.
Come on, Mongo. Grabs him by the scruff and starts walking him.
Walk
towards
off,
the
little
Go
fluff
buy 5
ball.
more
I've
balls.
seen better performances from goblins.
Have fun drying
I
off.
gave a silver.
Yeah,
Not just copper.
I know.
Where's our second round?
They're lined up for you. And you see Mongo instantly turn back and he mentions the silver.
Oh,
Roll those side paws. All 5 of them. Wow.
Oh, fuck. That was a little cocked.
Oh my god.
Was that a
A
1?
brow pitch, probably a 1. Another round of insults there.
he throws so badly he throws himself into the tank.
So
No.
you go to throw the ball, and it spins upward and nearly hits you in the face, Augie.
You little shit! How many times did I dunk him for you? You nearly throw the ball at me.
Look,
The size of these things are a bit different for me than they are for you. I'm just narrowing my aim.
you know, you little fluff ball. That's not what they mean by throwing your balls around. That's if anybody can actually find them.
Number 2. Bit better. 13.
13, you actually jumped them for once. They get back up, reset.
Number 3. 10.
Okay, that actually dunks them too. They get back and reset.
Number 4. Forgot what my sleight of hand was. 14.
14? Is that the last one?
That was number 4.
Okay, you dunk them.
17.
17. You dunk them, and on the last dunk, they go into the water. And as you're about to celebrate, you're just instantly splashed by a wave of water from the tank. And just soaked with water. And they climb back out, and they're like,
Now we're leaving.
and as you're leaving, the cat responds, the Tabaxi. Hey, Dragonborn, I got your pussy wet for you.
Oh, believe me, you could never do it for me.
So, we're a little bit past time, but you guys go about. We'll pick up with you because I'm sure you want to see the card show. And you guys spend the rest of the night at the carnival, enjoying it. Even with the rain coming down, it doesn't bother you too much. And Nikolai, you spend the rest of the night working with this Gadriel on tinkering. And you see that the contraptions she's making and the things that she likes to make are more tactical in nature.
Oh, fuck.
You spend the night out in the forest for once, actually amongst nature, and it's rather welcoming to you. You find a nice little cozy spot to hang out with your feline companion. And it's actually kind of funny. It's high up in the tree, and they're just slumped over like a cat would be, and they just let you use them as a pillow. Lean against them, fall asleep underneath the stars, listening to nature, the rain falling around you in the spotted dog forest. And eventually you find yourself asleep. And that's where we are going to end it tonight. Thank you for everybody joining us in the tavern tonight and enjoying the pseudo shopping episode of Shenanigans.
The carnival.
We hope to actually see you and join us next week for the off-kilter bullshittery. I will not be here to wrangle the kids in. They will be doing a Q&A, discussing the campaign, various aspects of it, having fun.
Please bring us questions. Lots of questions.
We have a Twitter account. You can use it.
Yep. We also have a Discord community that's open. Links posted.
Ask us questions there too.
Yeah, or just join us in our off time.
Yep.
Find out what
YouTube comments.
What kind of shenanigans we get into in our off time. Or even ask our crew behind the scenes, hey, what's it like to run this show? And oh boy, that's pure chaos. You think Nikolai is chaos. But yeah, everybody have a good night. Thank you for tuning in. We are outie until next week.
Thank you.